Chapter 1 The Beginning of Everything. After 12 years, the days of playing games day and night are finally coming to an end. Nangong Long said with emotion. 12 years ago, Nangong Long traveled to this world. The system only gave him an identity and no longer answered any of his questions. Host, Nangong Long identity background, orphan, protagonist, startup capital, provided by the system. Virtual game, ruler of death, I became the Bone King. Although I don't want to be a skeleton, I have no choice but to continue playing now. Maybe when I travel to another world, the system will be online again. As for other problems, I will consider them later. The most urgent thing is to become the strongest in the game. Thus, Nangong Long began his 12-year gaming journey, during which he met his gaming partners and established a guild. The difference is that he became the world champion and got the exclusive equipment for the champion. This is an inevitable result. After all, he spends all his time playing games except for eating and sleeping. His game attribute data and operating skills have long surpassed others. As time went by, the popularity of this game began to decline, and friends left the game one after another for various reasons. Nangong Long still played the game with the same enthusiasm as at the beginning, clearing various dungeons every day, collecting various props and materials, and not missing any official activities. Because he knew that the more he did now, the easier it would be to travel through the other world. When the news of the game's suspension came out, Nangong Long began to buy up all kinds of props and rare materials. After all, it was easier and cheaper to buy at this time, so he would save as much as possible and convert the remaining money into game coins. Everyone thought that Nangong Long was crazy for spending so much money on a game that was about to be shut down, but since he was willing to pay, there was no reason for them not to accept it. Nangong Long doesn't care what others think. Instead, he wonders if those who sold equipment to him will cry when they arrive in the other world. It's interesting to think about it. Time goes back to the present. There is one last thing to do. The NPC settings need to be changed. The personalities of my old friends are weird, and I don't want to be betrayed by the NPCs they designed, Nangong Long muttered to himself while sitting on the throne. Therefore, Nangong Long added a rule to all NPCs, they must be loyal to Nangong Long and never betray him. Of course, Albedo's rule was changed to say that she deeply loves Nangong Long. For the sake of convenience, Nangong Long changed his real name to his online name, so that he would not have to change it again after traveling through time. This is not for self-satisfaction, it's just that I don't want Albedo to become a BCH. Yes, that's it. Nangong Long said to himself shamelessly, although he has no shame now. The time has come. My system has been offline for 12 years. Is it there? The system is officially online. Does the host have any questions? I have a lot of questions to ask, but first of all, can I still restore my adult body? As long as the host completes the mission in this world, he will naturally transform back into a human body when he goes to the next world. However, even if he regains his human form, he will still be an undead. That's good. It's not bad to keep the same race. At least there's no limit on lifespan. In fact, Nangong Long had already considered the question of whether it was possible to restore a human body. If the system said it was not possible, then he would rely on himself to find a way. After all, he had become an undead and had plenty of time, so he would always be able to find a way. In short, Nangong Long has made up his mind. Speaking of which, system, you are really willful. You have abandoned your host for 12 years without caring about him. No answer. And the mechanical voice just now doesn't seem to indicate that there is no highly intelligent system assistant. So, what functions does the system have? 3 major functions of the system: 1-dimensional travel, the host can choose, 1 the protagonist's route, 2 random identity generation, 2 mission system, missions will be issued in each world, and a world-class lottery can be held after all the missions are completed, 3 storage space, infinite and automatic classification, that's it. There's the redemption mall, and there are other categories of lucky draws. Are these not available? No. Is it because I don't have enough authority? I need to upgrade or something before it will be open to the public? Nangong Long asked with a hopeful heart. No, this system has opened all permissions to the host from the beginning. There is no such thing as upgrading. In addition to the 3 major functions, the system also has some other auxiliary functions that the host can explore on his own. After hearing the system's explanation, Nangong Long was a little disappointed, but he was not angry enough to belittle his system like other travelers. After all, the system itself was not wrong, and having a golden finger was a very lucky thing. It would be useless to continue to complain. Why didn't the system suppress my emotional fluctuations just now? The system has excluded the host's forced calmness to prevent it from interfering with the host's emotions as a human. If the host wishes to transform both his body and mind into an undead, the system can restore it. No need. Even though I have become an undead, I am still a human being. This is what I insist on. By the way, why didn't you let me choose which route to take when I first crossed over? First time traveling through the default protagonist route. Okay, last question, what is my mission in this world? Mission, build a nation and become famous around the world with my ability. This task shouldn't be difficult. I just don't know how far I have to go to complete it. I'm so thankful that the first world is a world where you can become stronger by playing games. If it was another high-risk world, with my ordinary physical fitness, I might have died by now. After all, I can't be like the other seniors who traveled through time and space and immediately changed their personalities. They killed anyone who stood in their way and even gods who stood in their way. It's like they became a completely different person. How did those seniors do it? Forget it. I don't want to think about it anymore. I just need to be myself. From now on, I will start my real life in another world. The above are all inner communications. To outsiders, Nangong Long is just sitting on the throne. Sebastian, go outside the Great Tomb and check the surroundings. Come back here in an hour and gather. Yes, Lord Nangong. The Pleiades are on alert at the 11th level. Yes, Lord Nangong. Albedo, notify the guardians of the remaining 7 floors, except for the 4th and 8th floors, to gather in front of the throne in 1 hour. Yes, Lord Nangong. The reason why Nangong Long sent everyone out was mainly to make it easier for him to count the props. He had been busy with acquisitions and playing games before, and hadn't sorted them out yet. As for the interaction with Albedo, we'll talk about it later. System, transfer all props into storage space. The system space has an automatic classification function, which is much more convenient than putting it in Nangong Long's own game backpack. 137 world-class items, 11 of which are artifact level, legendary level. It seems that most of the rare items in the game world are concentrated in the hands of Nangong Long alone. Based on the current situation, players are definitely not my opponents. Perhaps the only thing that can cause fatal damage to me is the original magic used by the dragons in this world, but its power is above the super-level magic. This concept is very vague. Anyway, be careful and you will be fine. Next, Nangong Long began to study the system functions and found that the system had quite a few auxiliary functions, such as cultivation space, analytical research. Time always flies fast when you get serious. Then everyone, please pledge your loyalty to the Supreme Lord, Albedo said as she stepped forward. Shaltir, the guardian of the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd floors, greets you, sir. Cositus, the guardian of the 5th floor, greets you, sir. I am Aura, the guardian of the 6th floor. Your Excellency. I am Mare, the guardian of the 6th floor. I am honored to meet you, sir. Greetings, sir. Demiurge, the guardian of the 7th floor. Horn, the dwarf king and guardian of the 9th floor, greets you, sir. Lucy, the guardian of the 10th floor, greets you, sir. Albedo, the guardian's chief, greets you. Please give us your orders, Master Supreme. We will go through fire and water without hesitation. The 9th and 10th floor guardians were created by Nangong Long after his companions left. So now the tomb has 12 floors. The 9th floor is managed by Horn, whose responsibility is to forge weapons. The 10th floor is managed by Lucy, who is responsible for potion making. The construction of these 2 levels was mainly to make the tomb self-sufficient and operational. For unknown reasons, the great underground tomb of Nazarick was moved to another world. Sebastian, please tell me the details. Yes, Sebastian described what he saw. Albedo, Demiurge will be in charge of setting up the security network. The rest of the floors have their own duties. Nazarick is now on level 1 alert. If you encounter any intruders, capture them alive if possible. Everyone, please step back. Yes, sir. Nangong Long stared at the telescope in front of him. Because he didn't know the exact time when Khan village was attacked, Nangong Long had been sitting here except when he and Nabe sneaked out to register as adventurers. Knowing the plot, he planned to rescue Khan village directly as an adventurer. After all, the skeleton mage is not easily accepted by others. Here we go, advanced item creation. Nape, let's go. Sebastian, notify Albedo to send troops to retrieve the bodies. Yes, Portal. Nangong Long can cast magic in the warrior form because he has used the world-class item Demon's Fall to modify his own data. Of course, this modification has its limits. Nangong Long's current magic value has surpassed all players, and even his physical strength has reached the level of top warrior players. Am I going to die? God, please at least let my sister live. Li hugged her younger sister tightly and prayed. Dragon thunder. A dragon-shaped lightning instantly struck the pursuing knight, and the corpse emitted a burning smell. You, who are you? The surviving knight retreated continuously in fear. You have the courage to kill the weak, but you don't have the courage to face strong enemies. You are really a scumbag. Before he finished speaking, Nangong Long took a step forward, swung his sword in an instant, and killed the knight. Nangong Long didn't want to say anything more about this kind of trash. After waiting for a long time, the imagined death did not come. Enri opened her eyes and saw a man in front of her wearing expensive black armor. Chapter 2: Participation in the War. This is a healing potion, drink it. Nangong Long handed the healing potion in his hand to the girl in front of him. Li looked at the blood-red potion in her hand and felt a little scared. She had never seen potion of this color before. Bug, Lord Nangong gave me this medicine, drink it immediately with gratitude. Nape, calm down and think about what I taught you. I'm sorry, sir, Nape said nervously. Nape, I'm not angry, don't worry about it. Yes, sir. Nape breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, she did not anger the Supreme Lord. Nangong Long had anticipated this situation and did not expect her to change, but he asked her to at least not show strong hostility on the surface. Don't worry about it, my companion is just like this. Drink it quickly, your wound is still bleeding, okay? Okay. Sister, the younger sister looked at her sister worriedly. It's okay, sister. My back is itchy. No way, sister, your injuries are all healed, the younger sister said happily. Thank you for saving us. Thank you, I received your thanks. Also, although it may sound a bit shameless, please save our parents and our village. Li knelt down and begged Nangong Long. Yes, if they are still alive. Li looked at Nangong Long in disbelief. They had just met by chance, but he agreed to her request without hesitation. Just follow us. Here's yours. If you're in danger, blow it and the goblins will come to protect you. Nangong Long didn't think there would be any danger, he just simply felt that something was missing without Enri, the goblin's subordinate. Thank you very much. Stop, who are you? Nape, leave a few alive and kill the rest. Yes, sir. Stop looking down on others. Die, bugs. Chain Dragon Thunder. After one magical strike, most of the knights were killed or injured, and their army was completely defeated. They were no match for Nape at all. Devil! Run! I surrender, let me go. Nape, stop. Go back and tell your master that this is my territory, Nangong Long. If you don't agree, come find me. Get lost. Village chief, are you all right? Li, how are you? I'm fine, the adventurer saved me. The villagers looked at Nangong Long and Nape with anxiety. Although they did not see Nangong Long take action, from the attitude of the extremely powerful female magician, it was not difficult to guess that the man in black armor was the leader. They had no idea about their purpose. Nangong Long took in the expressions of the villagers and couldn't help but sigh that it was not easy to do good things these days. You are saved. Nangong Long doesn't care what they think. Village chief, right? Go and appease the villagers first. I'll talk to you later. Looking at the uneasy village chief, Nangong Long added another sentence. It's not a difficult thing, don't worry. Nape, let's go for a walk over there. Yes, sir. Nape, just call me Dragon. But, is it okay? This is too disrespectful. Nape was a little confused and didn't know what to do. She couldn't help but think that if it was Lady Albedo, she would definitely be able to do a good job. This is an order. Nangong Long, who knew Nabi's character well, directly issued a death order. Yes, Mr. Long. Forget it, let's just leave it at that, Nangong Long said with a little helplessness. Nangong Long and Nabi walked around the village casually and then went back to discuss something with the village chief. Nabe, control your emotions for a moment and don't get too excited. Yes, Mr. Long. Village Chief, I'll be straight to the point. I hope you can hire me as a commission for what happened just now. Of course, thank you again for saving the village. This is all the reward I have for now. If it's not enough, I hope you can pay me back in installments. That's enough. After all, I just accepted Henry's request. If you want to thank someone, thank that strong little girl. Nangong Long was not here for the money. How much money could such a small village come up with? As for the source of funds, Nangong Long had already made plans. After all, he would not fight with the heir. Since we are from a relatively faraway country, can you tell us about the surrounding area? Okay Nabe, write down everything the village chief says. Yes, Mr. Long. The village chief told everything he knew, and while speaking he secretly observed Nangong Long, fearing that the other party would be dissatisfied. As Nangong Long moved his gaze to the door, there was a knock on the door. If you have something to do, go ahead and do it. Terribly sorry Albedo, come out. Greetings, Your Excellency. How many troops were sent? 400 servants. Aura and Mare will be in charge of the command. The rest of the guardians will stay on guard. Too many. Leave 20 people with invisibility abilities to recover the bodies, and retreat the rest. Yes, please allow me to stay. No, you need to go back to Nazarick to defend. I believe in your ability. Although somewhat reluctant, Albedo still agreed. After all, the Supreme Lord trusted her so much, what could be more gratifying than this? Tell Aura that Mare is not allowed to attack without my order. Yes, by the way, this is for you. You've been working hard lately. Nangong Long handed the ring in his hand to Albedo. Is this the guild ring that only the 41 Supreme Lords can hold? Albedo said with a red face and twisted body. Well, this will be more convenient for you. Am I the only one who has this? That's the way it is now. After receiving a satisfactory answer, Albedo left excitedly. Nangong Long sent Albedo away mainly because he was afraid that she would lose control of herself and rush out to kill all the people in the Sunshine Scripture. The knock on the door sounded again, and the village chief pushed the door open. What's wrong, village chief? You look so bad, Nangong Long asked knowingly. Sorry to trouble you again. There is a cavalry group outside. Is that so? Nabe, let's go out and take a look. Village chief, please ask everyone else to hide. Yes, I'll go right away. Village chief, stop shaking, I'll do it for free this time. Hearing this, the village chief stopped shaking, but who knows what he is thinking, maybe he has made some kind of preparation. I am Gazef, the warrior captain of the kingdom of DxD, and I have been ordered to suppress the rebellious knights of the empire. Village chief, please tell me who is next to you. Gazef first looked at Nabe, and finding that she was expressionless and motionless, he turned his head and stared at Nangong Long with sharp eyes. No need to trouble you. I am Nangong Long, an adventurer. I happened to pass by here and saw the village being attacked, so I rushed over to rescue it. Nangong Long completely ignored Gazef's murderous look. Even if the cavalry behind him were included, they would not be enough for him to defeat with one hand. There was no need to be afraid. Hearing this, Gazef immediately dismounted and bowed deeply. Thank you very much, Lord Long, for saving the village. Nangong Long waved his hand, indicating that he shouldn't take it to heart. If possible, could you please explain the details to me, Mr. Long? No problem. The knights who attacked the village have been annihilated by me and my companions. What a great adventurer! Before Gazef could finish his words, a soldier came running over and said, Captain, an unknown enemy has appeared outside the village and is surrounding it. Village chief, go hide with the villagers. Captain Warrior, they are probably coming for you. After all, there is no need for them to send so many people to such a small village. What's more, they are most likely magicians. What Lord Long said should be correct. There is nothing I can do about it. As a commoner, I am in a high position. It is hard not to be hated by others, Gazef said helplessly. Those damn nobles are really unscrupulous. I wonder if Lord Long can help me. I'm sure you'll be satisfied with the reward. Gazef believed in his instincts. The man in front of him was very strong, far superior to himself. If he was willing to help, everything would turn around. I can accept your commission, but I have a condition. Nangong Long pretended to ponder for a while and then spoke. Mr. Long, please speak. As long as it does not violate my moral principles, I can agree to it. Don't worry about this. This will be very easy for you. After this, you have to go to the Adventurers Guild to explain the difficulty of this commission and give me a nameplate of the corresponding level. That's no problem. The bronze medal is not in line with Lord Long's ability, Gazef responded readily. In this case, let the soldiers stay behind to protect the villagers and reduce unnecessary casualties. Of course, Gazef understood what Nangong Long meant. If ordinary soldiers went up to face the magicians of the theocracy, they would be courting death. Mr. Long, what you said makes sense. I will arrange it right away. Now all the soldiers stay in the village to protect the safety of the villagers. No, we will follow the warrior captain until death, the accompanying soldiers shouted without any hesitation. Nabe, this is humankind. Although weak, they still have their merits. They are not as bad as you think. Yes, Lord Long. You can't judge an intelligent creature by its race or appearance, but by its actions. No matter what race it is, there will always be special ones. Of course, there's nothing wrong with bringing your own likes and dislikes. Yes, is this the reason why you took action? That's just one of the reasons. Nabe, kill everyone except the leader. Yes, sir. Remember to call my name next time, Nangong Long said with pain. Please rest assured, Lord Long has accepted my commission. I will not die. Captain Warrior. I will not joke about the lives of the villagers. If I die, the church will not let you and the villagers go. So follow the order. Yes, Captain. Does Lord Long have any plans? Yes, just rush up and kill them all. It's really direct. Bug, are you questioning the adult's decision? Nabe. Feel sorry, it's okay. I didn't question Lord Long. I was just a little surprised. I apologize if I caused you any misunderstanding. That woman just now wanted to call me Bug. It seems that she left a bad impression on people, Gazef thought distressedly. Someone other than the one we were informed of has appeared, but it doesn't matter. There is no possibility of losing, said Nangong, the leader of the Sunshine Scripture, touching the tool in his arms. Chapter 3 Mithril Level Adventurer. Order the angels to attack, Nangong shouted. A boring trick, Nabe, clear the area. Purgatory Dragon Thunder. The dark dragon-shaped electric net instantly cleared out the Archangel's light and dissipated into tiny points of light. Impossible, how could anyone do such a thing? Who are you? Nangong screamed. The subordinates began to retreat involuntarily out of fear. Nangong Long didn't want to answer him. This was a war, not a friendly exchange, so there was no point in talking. Captain, let's go. Oh, okay. Gazef was still in shock. He had never expected that a woman who looked like a maid could be so strong. Concentrated Fighting Spirit 6 light slashes. With the help of Nangong Long and Nabe, Gazef's battle situation became much easier. Compared to Gazef's continuous martial arts, Nangong Long's was much simpler. He simply relied on his strong body to wield the sword without any skills at all. Nabe's side was much more gorgeous, with all kinds of magic flying all over the sky. Quick, summon new angels to cover me. I want to perform the highest level angel summoning, Nangong yelled in embarrassment. Seeing the props in Nangong's hand, the magicians ignited a glimmer of hope. Pointless struggle. Supreme level angel, launch the ultimate holy attack, Nangong said frantically. During the stage of Nangong's summons, his visible subordinates had been slaughtered. As for those who were hiding in the dark, the servants would take care of them. If Nangong Long didn't need him to summon the Archangel of Glory to increase his adventurer level, he could have killed him before he summoned him. You are dead. This is a realm that humans can never reach. It is 7th level magic. I think you are qualified to let me use it, unknown warrior. Is everything okay, Lord Long? Don't worry, there's no threat. Nangong Long rushed forward and delivered an extreme holy attack, sending the Archangel of Glory on his way with one sword. This attack was not painful to Nangong Long. If it were not for the holy attribute, he would not have suffered even this little damage. Gazef was stunned. He never expected that Nangong Long would rush forward and take the magic attack without any harm, and instead kill the angel who looked very powerful. If it were him, that blow would have definitely killed him. Lord Long is so strong, I can't compare to him at all, Gazef thought to himself. In comparison, Nabe was much more indifferent. She didn't think that kind of trash angel could cause harm to her Supreme Lord. This is impossible. How could a top-level angel who could kill a demon be destroyed in one strike? Have you broken through the limits of human beings and surpassed the devil? No, please let me go. I will pay you a reward that will satisfy you. Negan knelt down and begged. No matter what, as long as he could survive, there was nothing he would not give. Nangong Long simply ignored him and punched him, knocking him out. He didn't want to hear this man talk anymore. He was like an annoying fly. Captain Warrior, I leave this man to you. During the contact just now, Nangong Long had used the 5th level magic memory exploration to search Negan's memory and obtained the information he wanted. In order to better cope with life after time travel, Nangong Long learned many types of magic. As long as he thought that magic might be useful, he would learn it. In the game, there is no limit on the number of skills that players can learn. In theory, you can learn all the skills. But this is only in theory. Human energy is limited and it is impossible to achieve this goal. The number of skills in the game is terrifyingly high. Nangong Long only learned most of them, and gave up some similar skills. Are you really going to leave it to me? I think he is more valuable in your hands. Thank you, Lord Long, Gazef said excitedly. By capturing the leader of the theocracy, they would have bargaining chips. Although they could not do anything to the theocracy, they could at least use it to curb the nobles, and the king would be better off. Nangong Long has his own plans, and it doesn't matter whether Negan is in his hands or not. Handing Negan over to Gazef can not only help him, but also achieve his own goals. By the way, he can discuss the nobles and divert the attention of the kingdom. Why not? Mr. Long, just call me by my name. Well, you can call me Long, no need to use the honorific. Nangong Long still admired Gazef's character and didn't mind making friends with him. It is an honor for me to hear you say that, Lord Long, but I will still address you as such, Gazef refused. He was not refusing because of the difference in strength, but simply wanted to express his respect to his savior. As you wish. The village chief is fine now, tell the villagers to go back. Yes, thank you again, Lord Nangong, and Lord Warrior. No problem, I don't deserve your thanks, Gazef said guiltily. If it weren't for him, the village wouldn't have been attacked. No, this is what should be done. It's getting late, why don't Lord Nangong and Lord Warrior stay? There are many empty rooms. The village chief choked up a little when he said this. In that case, thank you very much. Yes, sure. I want a house near Enri's. Okay, Enri, you will take Master Nangong to the rest house. Yeah, Enli responded happily. Master Nangong, please follow me. Enli, Nangong is my last name, Long is my first name, you can call me by my name. Nangong Long explained that this world is similar to the West, with the name coming first and the surname following. Is it okay? Enli felt a little strange, but still replied. Lord Long, my sister, and I will go back first. Nape, contact Albedo and pass the information back. Contact Aura later and tell her to withdraw from Nazarick. Yes, Lord Long. Nape, the starry sky here is beautiful, isn't it? I haven't seen such a bright starry sky for a long time, Nangong Long said with emotion as he looked at the sky of the other world. Nabi, there's no need to be so restrained when it's just the two of us. Nangong Long tapped Nabi gently. Ouch. Nabe covered her head. Enli had invited Nangong Long to dinner before, but Nangong Long declined. He couldn't eat anything right now. Even though Enli looked a little depressed, she couldn't change her decision. The next morning, Nangong Long and Gazef set out together to the Oriental Adventurers Guild to discuss the replacement of the nameplate. With Gazef present, the negotiations went relatively smoothly, but they were only upgraded to the mithril level. After all, he had completed too few missions, and there was no decisive physical evidence to prove that he had defeated a monster that could use 7th tier magic. Moreover, there was no precedent for such a leap across several levels. I'm sorry, Lord Long, I didn't get the adamantium grade nameplate, Gazef said apologetically. In his eyes, Nangong Long was definitely qualified to get the adamantium grade nameplate. Don't worry about it. I'm already satisfied with the mithril grade. Sir Long, now that the matter is done, I will take my leave and return to the capital to report. Okay, have a nice trip. I hope we will have a chance to meet again, Lord Long. I will definitely do that. Drive. Nape, let's find a hotel to stay in first. Yes. After asking passers-by, Nangong Long took Nape directly to the best hotel. Nangong Long was not short of money now, as Gazef had already paid him before leaving. After deciding where to live, Nangong Long planned to start his next step. "Nabe, come here." When Nabi came closer, Nangong Long hugged her. "Master, Master!" Nabe said a little panicked. "Relax, I'm going to cast magic and return to Nazarick." "Yes. Upward transfer. Nabe, can you explain it to me?" Albedo smiled creepily, and the black energy behind her was almost materializing. "Lord Yair, Bede, I." "Albedo, the transfer only requires physical contact, there is no need to ask Nabe anymore," Nangong Long said in pain. "Albedo is a jealous person. I shouldn't have moved to the throne room if I had known. But when Albedo has nothing to do, she usually stays in my room. Why did she change the place today?" Nangong Long thought to himself. Hearing this, Albedo returned to her gentle self and spoke shyly. "Next time, Lord Long, can you hold me?" "Of course." Nangong Long would not refuse in a spoiler's way. "That's great." Albedo's body trembled with excitement. "That's enough for this matter. Gather the floor guardians immediately. I have something for you." "Yes, Your Majesty the Supreme." "Stand up." "Yes." Shaltir, Sebastian and Salulika, go to the nearby towns to search for information. "Aura, Mayor will set up a temporary base in the forest and be responsible for finding the powerful monsters in the forest. Lucy, search for information about the surrounding nobles, clean up the garbage, and collect wealth as funds for Nazarick's operations. I trust your judgment." Nangong Long felt relieved to leave this matter to Lucy, as she was one of the few people in Nazarick with a positive justice value. "Demiurge, Albedo stay, the rest of you leave." "Yes, Lord Nangong. Demiurge kept you here because he has a secret mission for you. I want you to follow Shaltir." "My lord, do you suspect that Shaltir will betray you?" Demiurge said solemnly. "Subordinates, go kill her right now," Albedo said angrily. She could not tolerate anyone betraying the man she loved most. "Albedo, calm down. Demiurge, stop guessing. Just listen to me. I'm sorry to interrupt the words of the Supreme Lord. Please forgive my stupidity." "No problem. I believe Shaltir is loyal to me. I asked you to follow her so that I could obtain the world-class item, the beauty of the country. All you have to do is follow Shaltir, and don't interfere with anything she does. When Shaltir encounters a uniformed army, that's when you take action. The allure of a country is a world-class item that controls others. Even the undead are not immune to it, so you must kill the owner and take the item away before it is activated. I will complete the mission at the cost of my life." Chapter 4. No, saving your life is the top priority. To me, you are more precious than tools. Adult, but this mission, apart from the trouble with the props, won't be dangerous. Remember to send a few people back alive. Yes, if you equip this artifact level item, the magic dust ring, you will be able to complete the task better. Thank you for the reward, Lord Nangong. After explaining everything, Nangong Long took Nabi back to the hotel room. "As expected of the Supreme Lord, you have calculated to this extent," Demiurge exclaimed. "Of course, you are worthy of being the man I love deeply," Albedo said proudly. "Albedo, I will take my leave now and carry out your mission." "Well, don't let the adults down." "Of course," Demiurge said with a confident smile. The next day, Nangong Long accepted the task of defeating monsters and went to the forest. Since he didn't encounter those scum adventurers, Nangong Long didn't send out the red healing potion, so the quest designated by Enfiria didn't happen. Perhaps because his level was too high, the Dark Sword did not come over to seek a team. The message is launched. "Aura, come see me." "Greetings, Your Excellency. Has the search been completed?" "Yes, we have found the habitat of the powerful monsters in this forest." "Great, is there a fat monster that looks like a large hamster among them?" "Well, Lord Long might be talking about this. Take me to find it. As for the other monsters, notify Mayor and have him kill them with his servants and bring their heads to me." Nangong Long had no interest in killing guys over level 31 by 1, so he could just leave this small matter to his men. Personally taming the wise king of the forest was only because Nangong Long was interested in the enlarged version of the hamster, and he also wanted to improve his own reputation at the same time. "Lord Long, I'll go and lure it out right now," Aura asked proactively. There was a sound of breaking air behind him, and Nangong Long turned around instantly and raised the giant sword to use as a shield to block behind Nabe. "Well done, human, you were able to withstand my full force attack. After seeing the real appearance of the wise king of the forest, Nangong Long really couldn't understand how this guy could be worthy of the title of the wise king of the forest. He was just an enlarged version of a cute creature. The hamster in front of him could not arouse Nangong Long's fighting spirit at all, so he decided to end the battle quickly. Despair aura. Terror. A chilly air struck the wise king of the forest. His hair stood on end instantly. His instinct told him that he would die if he resisted. I surrender, please let me go. Lord Long, do you want to kill it? Aura said. The hamster looked at Nangong Long with tearful eyes. His fat body kept shaking as he waited for his own verdict in fear. Submit or die. Thank you for sparing my life. I am willing to submit and offer my loyalty to you, the Great One. Very good, from now on you will be called Hamsuk. Remember my name, Nangong Long. Yes, my lord. I will keep it in mind. Aura, tell the other guardians that Hamsuk surrenders to Nazarick and accepts my protection. Yes, Lord Long. Aura looked at Hamsuk with some regret, she still wanted a complete set of fur. Somehow, Hamsuk suddenly felt a little cold, and his fur couldn't keep him warm, but it disappeared in an instant. Greetings, Your Excellency. Get up. This is the monster head that you want. Nangong Long looked at the innocent mare and felt that it was a bit strange to hear him say such things calmly. However, this was the setting designed by his old friends, and Nangong Long was almost used to it. You did a great job and deserve a reward. So does Aura. Hee. Aura scratched her head and laughed. No, Mare whispered shyly. Those who have made contributions should be rewarded. Nangong Long handed 2 guild rings to the brother and sister. Is it really possible? Aura and Mare hesitated. You know, at present, only Albedo has a guild ring. Albedo had deliberately boasted about it to Shaltir and Lucy, and the 2 of them were so angry that they gnashed their teeth and cried out that they were beaten to it by ABCH. You deserve this. Thank you, sir. Continue to be loyal to me, Nabe. We should go back. Yes, originally, in order to facilitate the Guardians' actions, Nangong Long planned to give each Guardian a guild ring directly, but considering their respective personalities, Nangong Long decided to give it out as a reward. As for the possibility of the ring being taken away and the enemy invading Nazarick, such a possibility does not exist at all. Not to mention that there are only a few people in this world who can defeat the Guardian, even if it is really taken away, it doesn't matter. Considering the possibility of this situation, Nangong Long had set the ring to be invalid if it is not worn by a non-guild member before crossing. As soon as he walked out of the forest, Nangong Long saw the Black Sword team being besieged by goblins, and they seemed a little overwhelmed. It's fate, but it makes sense, their original plan was to hunt monsters. But I didn't see Enfiria, it seems they were not hired. Maybe without my red potion, he didn't leave the city at all, Nangong Longzhen thought. After this thought flashed through his mind, Nangong Long acted decisively. Knowing the plot, he had a good impression of the Black Sword, so he decided to help since he had encountered it. He's really strong, worthy of being a mithril-level adventurer. No, maybe he has surpassed Mountain Copper and reached the level of Fine Steel. Peter, the captain of the Black Sword, exclaimed in admiration. As a warrior himself, he certainly knew how much amazing arm strength was needed to wield those 2 great swords. Is this still a human or a monster? Said the forest priest Dane. That monster is so strong, is it their pet? Nina said. Thank you, Mr. Long, for your help, Peter said to Nangong Long. Do you know me? Yes, Mr. Long saw it when the Adventurers Guild changed the nameplate. Is that so? Why don't you introduce yourself? Yes, yes. I am Peter, the captain of the Dark Sword. This is the forest priest Dine. That's Lukluth, a guerrilla soldier. Finally, it is our military advisor, the magic chanter Nina, who is a sorcerer. Now it's our turn to introduce ourselves. My name is Nangong Long, she is Nabe, and the monster is the wise king of the forest, now called Hamsuk. What? All members of the Black Sword team exclaimed, and then subconsciously entered a state of alert in order to deal with the sudden attack. This cannot be blamed on them. After all, the title of the wise king of the forest is still quite intimidating in this area, and he is simply not an opponent they can handle. Don't worry, it'll be fine. I've already tamed it. Nangong Long approached Hamsuk and touched its fluffy fur. As the Lord said, the wise king of the forest has surrendered to the Lord and will not cause any trouble to you, please rest assured. Is this the wise king of the forest? No wonder he looks so powerful, Nina exclaimed. Amazing breath. Dine's deep voice came. Mr. Long is really amazing. Lukrut's words were unanimously agreed by everyone. In this regard, Nangong Long could only say that it was the difference in the world that caused such a huge gap in concepts. Afterwards, Nangong Long and the Black Sword team set off together and returned to Yarantal. Mr. Long, have you accepted any commission? If it needs to be kept confidential, you don't have to answer, Peter asked. Nothing, I just accepted a request to defeat a dangerous monster. On my way back, I happened to meet Hamsuk, and I captured him by the way. By the way, these are the words of a strong man, Peter said with a wry smile. For ordinary people, this would be a great achievement, but for Mr. Long, it was just a coincidence. Not only Peter, but other members of the team didn't know what words to use to describe their feelings at the moment after hearing it. Lukleuth probably felt that he should change the topic. If he continued the conversation, he would be devastated, so he spoke. Nape and Mr. Long are a couple, right? All members of the team pricked up their ears instantly, because gossip is human nature. Of course. Nangong Long answered before Nape. Mr. Long Nabi looked at Nangong Long in shock. She never expected that the Supreme Lord would give a positive answer. You know, she wanted to deny it just now, but the adults had already spoken, so she couldn't question it anymore. Could it be that the Lord really likes me? No, how could that be possible? Only Lady Albedo is worthy of Lord Long, but what if? Nape's heart was a little confused when she thought of this. Nabi Nangong Long patted Nabi's shoulder gently, bringing Nabi out of her confused state. Mr. Long, be more confident. Nangong Long knew very well what Nabi was thinking. Although they felt that Nape's reaction was a little strange, Peter and the others did not delve into it. They just thought that there was some hidden secret. After all, everyone has privacy. Lute felt like a fool for bringing the topic to an awkward point. It seems that I have no chance. My love has not even started, and you are leaving me. Lute said with a slightly sad tone, but there was no sadness on his face. It can be seen that he is trying hard to liven up the atmosphere. Shut up, you lowly creature. Do you want me to pull out your tongue? Little Nabe is still as strict as ever, Lute shrugged and said indifferently. If he knew that Nabe was telling the truth, what kind of expression would he have? What a terrifying atmosphere, powerful Warcraft. This kind of praise has never stopped since entering the city. It's a bit noisy, hurry up and hand in the task, then go back. This is my quest item. Nangong Long handed the monster head to the guild master. After completing the mission and conquering the wise king of the forest, Nangong Long perfectly achieved his goal and reached the mountain bronze level. Originally, Nangong Long was planning to let Hamsuk show his strength, but he didn't expect that after seeing Hamsuk, the president directly gave him a mountain copper nameplate. I really don't understand how I can feel how powerful Hamsuk is. Is it because I am too strong that I think Hamsuk is cute? Nangong Long couldn't help but think. After getting the nameplate, Nangong Long returned to the hotel. Before parting, Nangong Long reminded Peter and the others to be careful recently and not to leave the city unless necessary. Calculating the time, the undead attack on the city is about to happen. After completing this task, you can almost reach the steel level. Chapter 5. Did you hear any sound? No, don't scare me so late at night. The guard who raised the question did not respond, but turned his gaze to the cemetery. The other guards were also attracted by this action and looked towards the cemetery. I didn't hear any sound, but there was a rotten smell. Ah, hey, look there, a guard said tremblingly. The guards turned their eyes to where he pointed and saw a horrifying scene. Their two companions were being chased by a large number of undead and were running away. Quick, open the door. As soon as the two guards ran through the gate, the guard at the gate immediately closed it. Hurry, climb up the wall, the captain ordered. The low-level undead had very low IQs and could only mechanically obey orders, moving forward without paying any attention to the attacks from the guards, so there were no casualties among the soldiers. But as time went on, an egg-shaped undead viscera egg with a crack in the middle appeared. Soldiers began to suffer casualties, and the defense line began to collapse. It's almost time, Nabe, it's time for us to come out. Who are you? Get out of here quickly, it's dangerous ahead, the captain shouted loudly to Nangong Long and his group who were walking towards this side. Captain, Captain, the guard said desperately. A huge figure appeared on the wall. It was a large undead formed by countless corpses, a dead giant. Nangong Long walked to the wall, drew out the giant sword from behind, and under the incredulous gazes of the guards, he used his amazing arm strength to throw the giant sword at the undead giant like a throwing spear. Not surprisingly, the huge figure fell down. "Open the door, what are you talking about? Don't you know how dangerous it is outside the door? What does that have to do with me, Nangong Long? Forget it, I'll go there by myself." Nangong Long jumped up and easily crossed the 4-meter-high wall. Nabe flew over, and Hamsuk could only climb over it. The sound has become quieter. All the surviving guards immediately climbed onto the wall and were stunned by the scene of corpses all over the ground. Captain, is this the strength of a mountain copper-level adventurer?" a guard said in admiration. "No, maybe he has reached the strength of the adamantium level. Remember his name, Nangong Long, the hero in the darkness. We may be witnessing the birth of a legend. Creating a mid-level undead Jack the Ripper, creation of an intermediary undead corpse collector. Destroy the undead in front of you," Nangong Long ordered the undead he created, and then quickly advanced with Nabe. As for Hamsuk, he was left behind to attract the undead and prevent them from attacking the town. This was a strategy that Nangong Long had thought of before. In order to prevent Hamsuk from being killed, Nangong specially created several death knights to guard it. "How did you get here?" Kajiat asked. "Flying over, impossible, believe it or not. Tell that woman to come out. There's no need to hide any longer." "That's amazing, adventurer," Clementine said distortedly. "Orichalcum level? That's a bit troublesome, Kajiat. I'll give you a chance. Use your strongest moves, or you'll die." "Hey, you seem very confident." Clementine laughed so hard that her ears were almost split. To be honest, Nangong Long looked down on these two idiots. They acted like they were the best in the world and no one was as good as them. Don't they know that there are always people better than you? As expected, experience determines perspective, and that's how their understanding is. If it wasn't for the need to leave behind the remains of the bone dragon, Nangong Long would have directly used his ultimate move to kill these two annoying guys. Summon Bone Dragon Armor Enhancement, Low-Level Arm Strength Enhancement, Flame of the Dead. The opponent is a bronze-level adventurer, so Kajiat cannot be careless. He does not want the plan to fail due to his negligence. "Clementine, you should be serious too. Nu Nabe, use all your strength to show the majesty of Nazarick. Your opponent is that disgusting woman. Hold your breath. There are some things to investigate." "Yes, sir. As for you, you ugly, scary guy, you should be able to summon another bone dragon, right? How about just summoning it, it will save everyone trouble. Don't look down on others, go ahead, bone dragon. In that case, just one and you can go and die." Dimensional movement. Nangong Long teleported directly behind Kajiat and grabbed his bald head. Soul analysis. This is 9th tier magic, and its effect is far superior to the 5th tier memory probe. However, the person who is cast with this magic will die completely, and resurrection magic cannot bring the dead back to life, except for paid items. Sure enough, there were other people behind the scenes, but if it was just as he remembered, then it was nothing to worry about. Due to the death of its master, the bone dragon has ceased its activities. What? Clementine was speechless. She never expected that Kajiat would lose, and so quickly. Even if she took action, she couldn't achieve this level. She even suspected that Kajiat had deliberately hired someone to act and deceive her. But this was obviously impossible. The only explanation was that the warrior in front of her had surpassed her. She didn't even see how the other party suddenly appeared behind Kajiat. Martial arts? This situation was not good, Clementine thought. However, she was not worried about her own safety. If she really couldn't win, she could still escape. Let's get started soon. Lord Long has already dealt with the problem. As a combat maid, I can't keep you waiting for too long, Nabe said calmly. What an annoying tone, as if you will definitely win. Too arrogant. You are just a magician. Do you think you are him? Clementine has acknowledged Nangong Long's strength, but not Nabe. After all, in her previous battles, she could easily defeat magicians in 2 or 3 moves. Don't try, I won't do anything. Oh, aren't you afraid that your woman will die? Because Nangong Long had said that they were in a relationship, so this time Nabi did not refute the words of the inferior creature in front of her. Nabe is enough to deal with you. Although I can't compare with the Supreme Lord, Lord Nangong Long, but I'm more than enough to deal with a maggot like you, Nabe said angrily. A mere lowly creature actually questioned her loyalty to the Lord. Nabe decided to cripple this annoying guy in front of her as quickly as possible. Second most enhanced chain dragon thunder. How could this happen? With this kind of power, if I get knocked down, I will definitely die. I must hide and run away immediately. How can there be such a strong person in this world? What happened before my eyes constantly refreshed Clementine's cognition. No falling fortress water acceleration. Clementine's efforts were in vain. She couldn't avoid Nabe's attack at all, and finally fell to the ground helplessly. If Nabe hadn't held back, she would have been reduced to ashes by now. Miss Clementine, can you tell me how you feel now? Nangong Long squatted down, looked at the dying Clementine, and asked with evil taste. Let me go, I will be loyal to you. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in you. Your only value is providing intelligence. No. Soul analysis. Nabe, collect their equipment. Nice to meet you, Great King of Death. Nangong Long picked up the orb of death on the ground. The name sounds so domineering, but its ability is not that great. Its only collection value is that it is a wisdom prop, so keep it for now. Nangong Long casually struck the bone dragon with a few more swords to create a battle scene. It would be beyond the comprehension of ordinary people if there was no injury at all. In fact, Nangong Long thought that it was not worthy of being called a bone dragon. It was not made from the remains of a dragon. It was just an ordinary corpse pieced together into the shape of a dragon, and it was only for show. Nabe, Hamsuk, you stay on guard up there, I'll go down and take a look. Hamsuk had just arrived. Yes, sir. Yes, my lord. Nangong Long walked deep into the cemetery, looking for Enphyria. Memory probe. Memory exploration will not cause any harm to the human body. It is simply a magic for obtaining information. After reading the memories in Enphyria's brain and obtaining the herbal knowledge about this world that he wanted, Nangong Long decided to save his life as a reward for obtaining the information. High-level item destruction. It's almost time. In Nangong Long's perception, the undead he created had disappeared. Nabe, Hamsuk. Nangong Long threw away his blood-red cloak with evil humor. A triumphant return. Because the evidence was sufficient, Nangong Long successfully became an almighty steel-level adventurer. I've been busy recently, let's go back to Nazarick and take a rest, Nangong Long muttered to himself. Nabe, come here, let's go back to Nazarick. Nabiai's pretty face flushed a little. She knew that she was going to be hugged by an adult again, and her heart beat faster. After returning to Nazarick, Nangong Long lifted the magic and returned to his cool appearance as a skeleton wizard. Nabe, go inform Lucy. If she's here, ask her to come see me. Yes, sir. Greetings, Your Excellency. Stand up. Did you miss me, sir? Lucy said with a smile. Although Nabe felt that this was disrespectful to the Supreme Lord, she did not speak to stop it. No, Nangong Long said deliberately. Lucy would not take it seriously at all. Nangong Long knew Lucy's character very well. After all, he made the design himself, a beautiful woman with silver hair and a lively and cheerful personality. The most relaxed conversation was with Lucy in Nazarick. She didn't use honorifics all the time, so the atmosphere wasn't that serious. But it always felt a bit weird. After all, she was the one who created her. This is why Nabe did not question Lucy. Chapter 6. My lord, you are still as heartless as ever, Lucy said coquettishly. Stop for now. I called you here this time because I have a mission for you. Yes, sir, Lucy said seriously. Memory transfer. Nangong Long placed his finger on Lucy's forehead and transmitted a copy of the knowledge he had obtained from Enphyria to her. Go back and sort out the information and see if there's anything you can use. It doesn't matter if it's useless. It doesn't matter if it's useless. Nangong Long did not try to subdue Enphyria and his grandmother because he felt it was unnecessary. He had a better talent, Lucy. Moreover, Nangong Long did not really need the potions from this world. On the one hand, the level was too low, and on the other hand, Nazarick was able to produce potions on its own. Although the daily output is limited, it can be stored, so this is not a big problem. Yes, my dear sir, Lucy said playfully. A beautiful woman can be very lethal when she acts cute, but Nangong Long is now a skeleton, so it's useless. After calming down, Nangong Long said, how is the fund collection going? The nearby garbage nobles have been cleared. If you continue, we will have to move to another place. Temporarily stop. Recently, due to Lucy's actions, the nobles in the area have been in a state of panic, and everyone is in danger. However, since those who were killed were all nobles who had committed many evil deeds, the people were very happy, but they did not dare to show it, for fear of being caught by the guards. Rumors had already spread throughout the city, and apart from Nangong Long's promotion to the fine steel level, this was the most talked about thing. Some time ago, someone even wanted to hire Nangong Long to protect him, but Nangong Long refused without even thinking about it. He was not idle, so he would beat himself up if he had nothing to do. Yes. The break is over, it's time to get down to business. Albedo, tell Cositus to come see me. Yes, greetings, Lord Long. Cositus, Aura has found lizardmen in the forest. You will lead the troops to capture them. Yes, I will not humiliate the dignity of the Supreme Lord. The decision on the occupation is entirely up to you. I will not make any comments. Go down and get ready. Yes, sir. At this time, I wonder what happened to Shaltir and the others. Well, it shouldn't be a problem since Demiurge is here after all. Is that them? According to the information given by the master later, that old woman should be the user of the alluring beauty. Then the annihilation begins. Demiurge's mind flashed, and he immediately determined his target. Devil's aspects, sharp broken claws. Demiurge instantly appeared in front of Carrie and cut off her head with one blow, completing the item recovery. Quick, retreat, said the captain of the Black Scripture. Demiurge, why are you here? Shaltir asked, her voice a little crazy. Shaltir, you've disappointed the Lord so much. Look at what you look like now. Have you lost the dignity of Nazarick? Demiurge said angrily. In fact, Demiurge wanted to teach Shaltir a lesson when she fell into blood frenzy, but he held back until now because of Nangong Long's order. My lord, do you know? Shaltir trembled a little, and suddenly came to her senses. She didn't want Nangong Long to see her like this at all. Of course, my lord sent me here because he knew this would happen, Demiurge said admiringly. What? Shaltir said in a lost voice. Shaltir, just reflect on your mistakes and don't take any action. I will be fully responsible for what happens next. Captain, do you want to go? No, let's retreat now. The enemy is not someone we can defeat. What to do with props? Give up, I will take the responsibility. The first seat believed in his own judgment. The opponent had exuded an astonishing murderous aura at the moment of attack just now, and he would definitely not be his opponent. Moreover, the other party was talking as if no one was around, obviously not taking me seriously. Although I was a little annoyed, now was not the time to use loyalty as an excuse. Listening to the other party's conversation, it turns out that there is a leader above them. This information must be passed back to the church so that precautions can be taken as soon as possible. Where are you going? Why didn't you say hello? Demiurge's elegant voice sounded. Demiurge, give me a chance to make up for my mistake, and I will definitely annihilate them, Shaltir requested. No, do you want to ruin the adult's plan? Shaltir was suddenly speechless. Then let's continue with the topic we were discussing. Hellfire wall. A dark flame ignited at the retreat root of the Black Holy Scripture, and the ominous aura seemed to not belong to this world. Break through by force, don't stop, move quickly, the captain shouted loudly. Captain, you go first, I'll cover you, said Giant Shield Wanbai. I'll stay too, the god of binding continued. Okay. The first seat knew that staying would mean death, but now was not the time to hesitate. Let's go. Have you two been abandoned? How pitiful. Stop talking nonsense. Giant Shield Wanbai gave the god leader binding a look and said, I will attack him head on, you find a chance to bind him. Shield Blast. Holy Binding. Demon aspects, giant demon arm. With just one strike, he killed two heroic characters, which shows how huge the gap in strength was. Demiurge, everyone has run away, Shaltir said sarcastically. I am just completing the task assigned to me by the adults, Demiurge said nonchalantly. Did the adults tell you to let them go? That's it, but why? We cannot guess what the adults are thinking. You should think about how to explain it to them. Ah, what should I do, what should I do? Sir, this is the prop that can topple a country. Demiurge handed the prop to Nangong Long respectfully. You did a great job, I am very satisfied. It is my honor to share your worries, sir. It was obvious that Demiurge was in a good mood. My lord, the mission is accomplished, and the artifact magic dust ring is returned. No, it's for you. You can take this one too. This is the guild ring. Well, this is your reward, take it. Yes, I will keep working hard, Demiurge said excitedly. It was an affirmation from the adults and also his honor to receive the guild ring. Shaltir looked at the ring in Demiurge's hand with envy, as if she wanted it, but she knew that was impossible. She had seriously lost her composure this time, so how could she possibly get a reward? Shaltir, what do you want to say? I know I was wrong, subordinates, you should not run away and fall into a blood frenzy. That's right. If Demiurge hadn't intervened in time, you would have been dominated. No, it's all because of your judgment that I can achieve this, Demiurge said with sincere admiration. Shaltir, I don't want the same thing to happen again. Yes, for the sake of the dignity of the Supreme Lord, I, Shaltir, will never do it again, Shaltir said firmly. Very good, this encyclopedia is your reward. No, I am not eligible for the reward. This is your reward for completing the mission. As for your misconduct, I will punish you when the time comes, Nangong Long said in an unquestionable tone. Yes, treasure it, it is an item left by your creator, Nangong Long said with a little sadness. Shaltir took the encyclopedia as if she had found a treasure. Shaltir will stay in Nazarick for the time being. Demiurge, go to Aura and keep an eye on Cositus. I want to see him grow. Don't interfere too much. For more information, you can ask Albedo later. Yes everyone, please step back. Chapter 7. Xiao Di is watching over the lizard man. I believe he understands what I mean. So what should we do next? Message Albedo, how is the mission I gave you last time going? Anytime, very good, we can go to the capital now. Yes, I'll prepare it now. Upward transfer, is this Lana? If I didn't know who she was in advance, it would be easy to be deceived, Nangong Long thought. How did you appear? The scene before her eyes was beyond Kang Qianggui's previous understanding. Just now they were still discussing how the other party would come, but unexpectedly, they appeared in an instant without any warning. It was just a teleportation magic, there's no need to be so surprised. That's easy to say, is this something that ordinary people can do? Evil Eye muttered. With Nangong Long's hearing, he heard it very clearly, but he didn't intend to dwell on this issue, so he ignored it. You are the adult that Albedo mentioned. After calming down her shock, Logis asked first. Yes. I am Nangong Long and she is Nabi. As for Albedo, you should be very familiar with her, Nangong Long said teasingly. Of course, Kang Qianggui said with a grim expression, obviously remembering the time when she was beaten by Albedo. Well, you don't have to be like this. If I hadn't beaten you, you wouldn't be sitting here, right? Princess Lana, don't you want to say anything? Mr. Long must be the newly promoted adamantium level adventurer. The one behind him must be Miji. Good what? Logis was a little surprised. Because of the other party's cool appearance just now, she had not noticed the other party's nameplate. However, she was not surprised that the other party had the strength of adamantium level, but she didn't understand why Albedo's master would become an adventurer. May I ask why you became an adventurer? Asked Gagran. My dream is to become a hero just for fun. Teacher Saitama, please forgive me for plagiarizing your famous quote. The people of Kang Qianggui didn't believe this ridiculous reason at all, but since the other party didn't want to say it, there was nothing they could do. In fact, Nangong Long was not lying. He became an adventurer for fame and for the sake of peaceful rule in the future. After all, he did not want to rule by terror. On the other hand, it was really a personal interest. Mr. Long, you are very brave. You came to discuss something with me in my room. Aren't you afraid that we would ambush you in advance? Could it be that the magic you just used could be cast instantly? Lana said, breaking the awkward atmosphere. I believe you won't do that. Even if there is an ambush, it doesn't matter. Numbers can't make up for the gap in strength between you and me. You are so confident, Lakis said. I'm just stating the facts. And, Princess Lana, take off your disguise in front of me. Have you been seen through? Or was it Sister Albedo who told you? Lana looked at Albedo. After all, she and Albedo got along very well. Albedo shook her head, indicating that she had nothing to say. I don't need anyone to tell me, I know everything about everyone here. For example, Logis sometimes acts silly and says strange things. No, I didn't, Logis denied hastily. How did he know such an embarrassing thing? Could he read minds? The other members of Kang Qianggui looked at Logis curiously, wondering if what she said was true. I'm actually very curious about how the middle school girl and the ultimate black became good friends. I can only say that friendship is a wonderful thing. Enough of the small talk, let's get down to business. I plan to make you the new king of this country. Nangong Long looked at Lana. What? Kang Qianggui and her group shouted in surprise. Are you kidding? Lakis questioned. Nangong Long raised his hand to stop Albedo and Nabe from getting angry. To them, the Supreme Lord was not allowed to be questioned. Can you tell me the reason? Lana asked calmly. Considering the other party's strength, he was definitely not joking. It's simple. You are the most talented person in the entire royal family. Have you considered how much resistance there will be to doing this? There is no precedent of a queen in this country, Lana said with a smile, but that smile was a little creepy. Resistance? There is no such thing. Dead people won't give any opinions. As long as I acknowledge that you are the queen, then you are. Nangong Long said calmly. Kang Qianggui took a deep breath and remained silent for a long time. How many people were sentenced to death with such a simple sentence? The long period of comfortable life has made this country rotten to the core. The nobles are corrupt, the royal family is incompetent, and you, who are talented, cannot succeed to the throne. This is the reality, isn't it? Mr. Long is right, but do you really have the strength to become an enemy of a country? An enemy? No, the kingdom is not qualified to be my enemy at all. As long as I want, this country will perish in an instant, and I don't need to do it myself. Of course, as long as it is something that the Lord wants, we guardians will obtain it and present it to the Lord, Albedo said from the bottom of her heart without a trace of falsehood. Even if Lady Albedo is very strong, she still can't rival a country, right? Tia said. Nangong Long waved his hand, signaling Albedo to calm down, and then spoke. You don't think Albedo used all her strength when she fought you, do you? Isn't it? Everyone in Kang Qianggui said in unison. Haha. If Albedo uses her full strength, you won't be able to take even a single blow. How is it possible? Kang Qianggui and the others said in disbelief. I know this is beyond your understanding, but it is true. Albedo, show your true strength. In an instant, it seemed as if Kang Qianggui and his people were stuck in a quagmire, unable to move or resist, and bound to die. Alright, Kang Qianggui was covered in cold sweat, as if she had just been pulled out of the water. Now you believe it, why bother? Nangong Long gloated too strong, Tina expressed everyone's thoughts. Kang Qianggui and his gang were badly beaten, but Lana was the first to come to her senses and said. What does Mr. Long need me to do? Just now, Albedo deliberately avoided Lana. Lana was just surprised. It was the first time she saw Blue Rose in such a miserable state. If you give Yelantir to me, I will declare the establishment of the Sorceress Kingdom, and you will govern the country well and declare your submission to me, the Sorceress King Nangong Long. Well, you want me to be your puppet regime, right? No, generally speaking, I won't interfere with you. That's it, what do you think? I can't say no, can I? Good judgment, Lana, is this really okay? Lakis said. You know my current situation. I can't refuse. Besides, it's not bad to be the first queen of this country, isn't it? Okay, whatever decision you make, I will support you. Chapter 8. But, isn't Mr. Long a warrior? Why does he call himself the Magic King? Lana asked everyone's question. Your Excellency is the strongest magician, warriors are just for fun, Albedo said proudly. What? Kang Qianggui had no idea how many times she had been surprised today. I am a 10th rank magic chanter. You can rest assured that there will be absolutely no problems with this matter. The 10th level Evil Eye, did I hear you right? Lakis said in shock. If there's nothing wrong with our ears, then that's it. Evil Eye was also shocked, but after all, she was a vampire who had lived for more than 200 years, so she quickly suppressed her emotions. Are you really a human? We are a team now. Can't you take off your helmet and let us see what you look like? Tina said. I am a human, but I am not. When the time comes, I will let you see my true self. What do you mean? Kang Qianggui, do you want to do something for me? Nangong Long asked, changing the subject. Don't be in a hurry to answer me, Nangong Long interrupted Logis's refusal. Logis nodded and did not continue speaking. After all, it was not a wise choice to offend a powerful enemy for no reason. Lana, please prepare the information. Someone will come to get it in 7 days. Clean up the parasites in this country in advance. Okay, Mr. Long. Mr. Long, I plan to eliminate the 8 Fingers, the strongest underground black force in the kingdom. I wonder if you can help me. 8 Fingers? Albedo, how is Sebastian's side going? Sir, Sebastian has found the location of 8 Fingers and is preparing to eliminate them. You heard it too. That's it. 8 Fingers will disappear soon. Excuse me, is the Sebastian you are talking about an old man in a suit? Yes. He is your butler. It seems that Climb has already come into contact with Sebastian. How did you know? I know everything, Nangong Long said. I'll ask Sebastian to contact you later, but everything on 8 Fingers will be taken back by us. Good, we have concluded our discussion, Albedo, let's go. I hope that next time we meet, you will accept my invitation. Lashi's upward transfer, hey, it really is activated instantly. It's so shocking no matter how many times I see it, said Lana. At first I thought it was the female magician who launched the attack. Who would have thought it was Nangong Long dressed in a warrior outfit who launched the attack, said Logis. The others nodded in agreement. Lana, is it really okay to cooperate with him? Lakis continued. You also know my dream. This is the fastest way to achieve it. And there is no need for Mr. Long to lie to me. And even if I refuse, Mr. Long can always find someone else, or even become the king himself. That's true, we are still too weak, Logis said with a wry smile. Yeah, I used to think we were already top-notch powerhouses, but now it seems we are nothing, Gigran said dejectedly. Well, they are simply out of the ordinary, Evil said. Logis, why don't you consider it? I can feel that Mr. Long is serious about his suggestion. And if you follow him, maybe you will have the opportunity to become stronger, Lana advised. The eyes of Kang Qianggui and her gang suddenly lit up. Who wouldn't want to become stronger living in such a world? Okay, let's go back and discuss it. Sir, why do you want to subdue Kang Qianggui? They are very weak. You are right. They are indeed not as good as the Guardians, but they are also considered to be the top strong ones among humans. For this reason, they are still worth conquering. Besides, we also need to appropriately expand the human resources of Nazarick. How much land can we manage by ourselves? As expected of an adult, the way you look at me is beyond my reach. Fortunately, I fooled them. Do I have to say that I want to conquer them just because they are all pretty girls, except Gagelan, Nangong Long thought. Albedo, let's go to Sebastian's place. Yes, Nangong Long chose Lana as the queen because he was too lazy to manage the country, not to mention that he had no talent for managing the country. Although the Guardians were very powerful, thinking about their attitude towards humans, Nangong Long thought it was better not to cause trouble for himself. Sir, I have something to report, said Suo Liuxiang. Explain. Yes, sir, Master Sebastian took in humans. I already know this. You did a great job, Suo Liuxiang. This is my subordinate's responsibility. Sebastian, I want to hear the reason. Nangong Long still admired Sebastian's skills in flirting with girls. I think it is necessary to keep her. It is because of her that I can find the location of the 8 Fingers. Sebastian said nervously. You're welcome. Bring her here. Greetings, Your Excellency. I am Swear. You are very brave. You can speak after seeing my true appearance. Nangong Long still admired Chi Yele very much, but it made sense after thinking about it. After experiencing such a painful past, I believe she must be planning to give everything she has now to grasp the last ray of light in her life. I give you 2 choices. One is to abandon everything and join Nazarick to accept my protection. The other is to delete your memory and return to normal life. I choose the first one. As long as I can be with Lord Sebastian, I'm fine with anything, Swear said quickly. Sebastian, are you popular? Nangong Long said with a smile. Very good, you will be Sebastian's direct mate from now on. Sebastian, I leave it to you. Nangong Long gave him a look that you understand, but he may have forgotten that he is a skeleton. Where does the eye come from? To put it another way, even if there is, Sebastian probably won't understand. Thank you, Your Merciful Supreme Lord, Sebastian said with a bow. Thank you very much, sir. Swear, your sister Nina is an Oriental. After the matter in the capital is over, I will let Sebastian take you to see her, but don't say anything unnecessary. Yes, sir, Kier said excitedly. Sebastian, be careful recently. The 8 fingers might do something. Swear, who has no fighting power, should be extra careful. Yes. Message Demiurge, how is Cocytus doing? The first attack failed, but it was still going well. We should be moving in the direction that the adults expected. Very good, you continue to observe Cocytus. Sir, do you want to annihilate the lizardman? Leave this to Cocytus to judge. Yes, after completing this task, you will be given a new task, which will definitely interest you. Then I will look forward to it. Thank you for your hard work, Demiurge. No, it is my supreme honor to share your worries. For the Guardian, being able to share Nangong Long's worries is his honor and the value of his existence. Chapter 9. Your humble servant, I pay my respects to you, Your Excellency, Cocytus said respectfully, kneeling on one knee. The lizardmen have been tamed. Please decide how to place them. Move the lizardmen to a temporary base, and you will rule from now on. Yes, sir. Aura, Mayor will be responsible for changing the landscape and transforming it into an environment suitable for the survival of the lizardmen. Yes, Demiurge, follow me to the kingdom later. It's time to deal with the kingdom as well. Mr. Long, who is this? Lana asked. The opponent was obviously not a human. He had a metal-like tail with spikes on the end and a light black flame burning continuously. If he hadn't appeared with Nangong Long, King Qiangwei would have probably taken action. I am Demiurge, one of your lord's guardians, Demiurge said elegantly. Albedo, you should also remove the magic. Sister Albedo, is this your true self? Yes, Lana. It's so beautiful, Lana exclaimed. Albedo-sama, you are not a human either. After knowing the truth, King Qiangwei had mixed feelings. On the one hand, it was normal for her to lose because her opponent was not human. On the other hand, she felt that she was too weak as a human being. Are all guardians non-human? Logis said solemnly. No, there are still humans, Nangong Long replied. Hearing this, Logis breathed a sigh of relief. After all, she was planning to join Nangong Long. She couldn't imagine what it would be like if the people she worked with were all monsters. Are human guardians as strong as Albedo? Logis asked with a glimmer of anticipation. King Qiangwei stared at Nangong Long closely, hoping to get the answer she wanted. About that. I can't believe there are humans that strong. Looking at the excited King Qiangwei and his group, Nangong Long felt a little guilty. Are immortal humans also considered humans? I think so. Then we'll join you, but can you let us see your true face? After all, we are your subordinates, and it is unreasonable for us not to know what our superior looks like. Normally, Demiurge would have spoken up to punish these ungrateful guys, but this time, since Nangong Long had given instructions in advance, he didn't say anything. Okay, after this is over, I will take you back to Nazarick. I hope you are mentally prepared. No problem, I said, but I was still a little nervous. Lana, give the list to Demiurge, and let him handle this. Okay, Mr. Long. Demiurge, arrest the people according to this list, and don't do anything unnecessary. As for how to deal with these people, it is up to you to decide. Yes, thank you for the reward, sir. I will make good use of these experiments, Demiurge said with a wicked smile. This smile gives people chills. If they were handed over to Demiurge, one could imagine what would happen to those people. But Nangong Long would not have the slightest sympathy for these parasites. Sebastian is cleaning up the 8 fingers. You will be able to handle that group of people when the time comes. Yes, then I will take my leave first. There was a knock on the door. Lana, father is here. Lana, is there anything you want to tell your father? Lana opened the door and walked into the house with the old king, followed by Gazef. Your Majesty, be careful. Gazef stood in front of the old king, guarding against the woman who was very dangerous to him. No, it should be said that the devil was very dangerous to him. Sir Long, why are you here? Gazef looked at Nangong Long who was sitting there and said. And you, King Qiangwei? What are you doing? King Qiangwei remained silent. What happened next was not something they could participate in, so they just watched. Gazef, don't be nervous, we just want to discuss something with the old king. Albedo is mine. She won't do anything without my order. Lay down your weapons. Gazef thought about it and put down the sword in his hand. With such a huge difference in strength, it didn't make any difference whether he took it or not. Although he was curious about why Nangong Long had demon subordinates, he was relieved when he thought of his extraordinary combat power. Is he the benefactor you mentioned, warrior captain? Yes, thank you for saving Gazef, the old king said calmly. Although the other party was definitely up to no good, after being a king for so many years, he still had some cunningness. No need, I just admire Gazef's character. Even so, I want to thank you, Your Excellency. So, what do you want to talk to me about? Nothing, I just want you to pass the throne to Lana. It's so simple, you can do it with just your mouth. Sir Long, do you know what you are talking about? Gazef asked first. Certainly, in that case, even though I know I am no match for Lord Long, I will still draw my sword. You lowly creature, what qualifications do you have? Albedo said angrily. Albedo, you don't need to speak yet, Nangong Long said with a pained face. Although he was very happy that Albedo had done so much for him, the conversation could not continue like this. Yes, compared to Gazef, the old king was much calmer. You know what happened today, Lana, right? Yes, you have the wisdom to know what this means. Yes, I understand. In that case, should we continue? Yes, father. Even if I agree, Lana will not become the new king. The other nobles will not agree. The old king looked at Nangong Long. After today, only 1 in 10 nobles in the kingdom will remain. The problem you are talking about does not exist. What? The old king and Gazef said in surprise. Are you joking, sir? Whether I am joking or not, you will know it tomorrow. By the way, your 2 sons will also die, so that all the resistance will disappear. I have already thought of the cause of death, fighting for the throne and killing each other. How about that? Not bad, right? Can you do it? The old king said with all his strength. He had heard Gazef talk about the other party's strength. If it was true, then it was really possible. I don't want to discuss this issue any further. I am only stating the facts, not asking for your opinion. Get rid of this idea as soon as possible. Even if you use all the troops in the palace, it will be useless. The old king had an unpleasant expression on his face and turned his gaze towards Keng Qiangwei. The meaning was self-evident. Haha, Keng Qiangwei is mine, so you don't have to count on her anymore. Gazef looked at Keng Qiangwei in shock. Since she did not deny it, that meant that what Lord Long said was true. The old king felt a little powerless. Gazef, how about you pledge your loyalty to me? I am only loyal to the old king. Gazef shook his head. What loyalty is there to an incompetent king? The old king has been very kind to me, I cannot betray him, and the king has been working hard to govern the country, can't Lord Long change his mind? Effort? Are you kidding me? If he really has the ability, will he allow 8 fingers to grow stronger and allow the nobles to frame you? The experiment took a long time today, so this is the only update I will give. Friends, no need to wait any longer. Chapter 10. Gazef remained silent. He could not refute. After all, what the other party said was true. You are foolishly loyal. An incompetent king will eventually lead the country to ruin. Ask your own heart, are you loyal to the king or to the people? Gazef looked troubled. He was loyal to the old king, but he wanted to do something for the people even more. Ignoring Gazef's hesitation, Nangong Long continued. Think about it carefully. When the cavalry attacked the village some time ago, what did the king you mentioned do? He couldn't even send out enough soldiers. He was forced to send you out to die. What's the point of being a king in name only? No, I volunteered, Gazef retorted. Saving the villagers was his unshirkable responsibility. That's just your wishful thinking. Even if you don't want to, the king will still send you. If you don't go, the nobles will have an excuse to execute you directly. Do you think the old king will agree under pressure? Don't talk nonsense, the old king shouted guiltily. Nangong Long didn't even look at it, because there was no need. If it wasn't for conquering Gazef, he wouldn't bother to talk nonsense with the king. Although using the item the beauty of a country could achieve the goal faster, Nangong Long didn't want to use it on Gazef. Gazef glanced at the old king. How could he not understand that what Nangong Long said was true, he just didn't want to make it clear. Sir Long, why are you so determined to subdue me? With your strength, I don't know what value I have to deserve you to treat me like this, Gazef asked doubtfully. Indeed, your strength is insignificant to me, but I admire your character and courage. I think it's a pity to let you disappear like this, Nangong Long said sincerely. Thank you for your kindness. After today, the throne will change hands. You can continue to stay in the kingdom and do things, and no one will restrict you. You can do more. You know Lana's talent, she is much better than the old king. As long as you are loyal to me, I can spare the old king's life for your sake. This will be regarded as repaying his kindness. You want to kill me? Lana, do you agree with him doing this? The old king said in disbelief. I agree with any decision Mr. Long made, Lana said without a trace of emotion. You. The old king was so angry that he couldn't speak. Gazef looked at Lana in surprise. He had never expected that the usually kind and well-behaved princess would say such a thing. However, he also understood that in the current situation, Princess Lana's opinion was completely irrelevant. The one who really made the decision was Nangong Long. Sir Long, can you tell me the purpose of doing this? Gazef asked. It was obvious that the answer to this question would determine Gazef's choice. The kingdom has become corrupt, and I will give it a new life, Nangong Long thought for a moment and replied. After all, he didn't want the place where he lived to be a mess. So Lord Long will become the new master of this country. Well, but I generally won't interfere with how Lana governs the country. I believe she can handle it. Governing a country is too tiring. I just give suggestions occasionally, make my presence felt, and be a hands-off boss, Nangong Long thought to himself. I, Gazef, will serve you faithfully from now on. Okay, Nangong Long said happily. He had spent so much time talking just to get this result. The old king looked even uglier. His warrior leader had just declared his loyalty to someone else in front of him, but he held back his anger and did not speak. If Gazef did not agree, he would surely die. It could be said that the old king was in a dilemma. On the one hand, he wanted Gazef to be loyal to him, but on the other hand, he wanted to stay alive. In that case, you will pass the throne to Lana tomorrow, Nangong Long ordered. Okay, the old king said through gritted teeth. Then you can go out, Nangong Long said to the old king. Hearing this, the old king said nothing and stood up and left. He wanted to go out and see if everything was as Nangong Long said. He was in the other party's hands just now and could not resist at all. If the other party could not do as he said, then he still had a chance to turn the tables. Although the relationship between him and the nobles was not harmonious, they would stand on the same front with him when facing a powerful enemy. Until now, he still held on to a glimmer of hope, but it was all in vain. Seeing Gazef also follow him out, Nangong Long did not say anything, because Gazef was just that kind of person and he planned to fulfill his duties on this last day. Nangong Long glanced at Gagelan and motioned for her to follow the old king. Gagran nodded, indicating that he knew what to do. Tomorrow you will become the first queen of this country. Congratulations, Nangong Long said to Lana. It's all thanks to Mr. Long, Lana said with a smile. I hope you can become a qualified king. Of course, Lana said confidently. King Qianggui will stay to protect Lana's safety. I hope everything goes according to plan tomorrow. Yes, after this incident, how to calm it down is up to you, Lana. I believe that with your prestige among the people, this matter will not be difficult. Yes, Mr. Long. If you have any problems in the future, contact Albedo directly. Don't let me down, Nangong Long said in a cold voice. In order to enhance the effect, he even used the aura of despair. Lana's twisted personality still needed to be suppressed. But it wasn't too much. After all, Lana was just an ordinary person. On the other hand, Nangong Long believed that she was a smart person. Mr. Long, please rest assured, I will complete the task you assigned to me, Lana said hurriedly. I hope so, Albedo, let's go. Upward transfer, what a terrible pressure, Logis said fearfully. I feel like I'm dying, said Tia. I really want to let Gaglan experience it too, said Tina. Yeah, Evil Eye responded. As expected of Sister Albedo's master, I am increasingly curious about what he looks like under his helmet. Lana, you are not. Albedo, I'm going to go find Sebastian and see how things are going. Sir, may I come with you? Albedo asked expectantly. Forget it, you stay in Nazarick. Nangong Long felt that there was no need to take Albedo with him. Sebastian alone was enough to deal with an opponent like Six Arms. He was just going there to do an experiment. When he saw Albedo's slightly disappointed face, Nangong Long added another sentence. Chapter 11. You can go to my room and wait for me to come back, really, sir? Albedo asked excitedly. Nangong Long decided to ignore Albedo and let her calm down. Message Sebastian, tell me where you are. Sebastian did not ask why, but directly used the magic scroll to report his location to Nangong Long. As a guardian, the orders of the Supreme Lord are absolute. Lord Sebastian, what happened? Brian asked Sebastian, who suddenly used the magic scroll. Nothing, the master is coming. Sir? Master Sebastian's master. Climb asked. Well, you must show the utmost respect, otherwise the consequences will be serious, Sebastian said seriously. Yes, Master Sebastian, Brain and Climb replied seriously, sensing Sebastian's change. Portal Nangong Long thought it would be cool to appear from the dark vortex, so he did not use upward transfer. What is this? Brain and Clem asked with their mouths wide open in surprise. Greetings, sir, Sebastian bowed. Sebastian, how is Eight Fingers doing? I am here to destroy the Six Arms. The Pleiades battle maids will take care of the rest. Has Kier been caught? Nangong Long asked. He had clearly reminded her that this should not have happened. Kier is safe and sound. She is from Six Arms. She left a note for me to come here, otherwise I will bear the consequences. My lord ordered me to eliminate Eight Fingers, so I came here to keep the appointment and intend to annihilate Six Arms in one fell swoop. What are they two here for? This is Brain and Climb. They're here to help me, Sebastian replied. Nangong Long didn't believe what Sebastian said. It was obvious that they came here on their own initiative. Sebastian was a good guy, so he didn't refuse. Hello, sir, said Brain and Climb after they recovered from their trance. It must have been teleportation magic, but they had never seen it before. Climb had never met Nangong Long. Every time Nangong Long talked to Lana, Lana sent him out. This time, he just heard that Eight Fingers was handed over to Sebastian, so he volunteered to come and help. Brian is still quite capable and can barely be considered a helper. In response to this, Brian could only smile bitterly. Others really looked down upon his own strength. Nangong Long looked at Climb and said nothing. Coming here meant that he was prepared. To be honest, Nangong Long doesn't like people like Clem very much. Although faith can create miracles, the uncertainty is too high, and he might end up in trouble one day. Instead of exploding at the last minute, it is better to make more efforts and preparations beforehand. Climb also understood that his own strength was weak, so he could only train harder in order to become stronger. Let's go in, aren't you lurking in there? That's not necessary. Oh, did you bring helpers, said the ghost fighter Ji Luo. You think too highly of yourself because you need help to deal with trash like you, Nangong Long said sarcastically. What are you talking about? It seems that I have to show you what a truly strong person is. Ha ha ha. Nangong Long really couldn't help it. Who is the one who fails to face the reality? You. Sebastian, deal with them, Nangong Long interrupted the other party and ordered. He didn't want the other party to continue talking nonsense, it was boring. Sebastian rushed out in an instant, and no one present except Nangong Long could see Sebastian's movements clearly. He punched Ji Luo and sent him flying. Seeing that he was going to die, he wanted to punish this guy who spoke rudely to an adult. Then Sebastian turned around and rushed towards the undead King Divanok, punching him and turning him into ashes before Divanok could react. To Sebastian, his existence was an insult to the adults. It was not until this moment that Liubi realized what kind of monster he had provoked. Hurry, let's go together. Obviously, this was in vain, and Sebastian quickly ended the battle. Strong, really too strong. I didn't stand a chance to attack at all, Brian sighed. As for Climb, he still hadn't come to his senses yet. Mission accomplished, sir. You did a great job. Take them and deal with the people above. Demiurge will take over later, Nangong Long pointed at Brian and said to Sebastian. Yes, then let's start the experiment, Nangong Long said to himself. Creating a high-level undead race as expected, it's not working? Is it because the level difference is too big? Having thought about this possibility beforehand, Nangong Long was not particularly disappointed. The next day, everything went well and Lana became the new king. After the people were shocked, they cheered. It didn't matter to the people whether the king was a woman or not. They only cared whether their lives could get better. Obviously, Lana was that person. But the news that came next was a bit confusing. I can only type this much, I have to disconnect from the internet. Chapter 12. Queen Lana gave Earantal to the Sorcerer King, and then declared the kingdom's submission to the Sorcerer King. For a moment, the people were talking about who the Sorcerer King was, who could have made Queen Lana make such a decision. However, the nobles, who should have reacted strongly, were surprisingly quiet, as if they knew nothing. The people didn't know what had happened, but some high-level adventurers knew that most of the nobles in the royal capital disappeared overnight. This was definitely not a normal situation, and there were too many unreasonable things about Lana's ascension to the throne. Later, news came from the palace that the eldest prince and the second prince killed each other in a fight for the throne, resulting in the kingdom having no successor. The old king was too sad, so Lana inherited the throne. At this point, the people suddenly realized that this was the case, otherwise why would the kingdom allow a woman to become king? People with insight will naturally not believe this statement. The eldest prince and the second prince are not fools. How could they fight each other directly and even fight to death? There is something wrong no matter how you look at it. Next, Lana publicly explained the reason why the nobles disappeared. The nobles who intended to rebel during the chaos in the palace have all been executed with the help of the magic king Nangong Long. Please rest assured that there will be no unrest in the kingdom. Until this moment, all the truth was revealed. Lana became the queen because of the support of the so-called magic king. Otherwise, how could she, a princess with no real power, ascend to the throne? As for the nobles' rebellion, it was just an excuse to eliminate opponents. After hearing the cause of the nobles' death, the people did not think too much about it. Instead, they were very happy. After all, they had been oppressed by the nobles all the time and dared not speak out. They all said that it was good for the noble to die. Let's see who dares to rebel against Queen Lana. When neighboring countries heard the news, they immediately sent people to the kingdom in order to obtain the most authentic intelligence. Imperial Palace immediately find out what happened in the kingdom, ordered the Blood Emperor Jerkniv. He was so furious at this moment that such a big thing happened in the kingdom, but he didn't even get any news about it in advance. Not showing anger on his face is a habit he has developed over the years, and he never shows his emotions. Yes, Your Majesty. If Jerkniv didn't know the character of his subordinates, he would have suspected that they were neglecting their duties and forgetting their responsibilities. It seems that the opponent this time is not a simple character. He was able to take over the kingdom without me being prepared at all. Magic King Nangong Long, who are you? Sultanate Black Scripture, take your people to the kingdom to investigate the incident. The Sorcerer King is most likely the master that the demons and vampires mentioned in the last incident. Yes, but I am no match for them, said the first seat. Your main task this time is to gather intelligence and avoid a fight with them. Once the information is confirmed, you can send out the death squad if necessary. And we need to confirm whether the Sorcerer King and the Dark Hero are the same person. Yes, Rubik's Cube. Well, it's easy to get one side, but it's hard to get two sides. After all, it is a game promoted by the six gods. What happened? All the head priests gathered together. We encountered vampires and demons. The most beautiful item was lost. Lord Carey died on the spot. The giant shield and the divine leader were killed in battle. The other party seemed to know our intelligence and killed Lord Carey, who could use the true divine tool to control others, as soon as possible. Who is stronger than me? It's you. That's a shame. Is there no one who can fight me? The head priest said that you may be needed to take action when necessary. That's really good. The Sunshine Scripture is also completely destroyed. Yes, he was annihilated by the adventurer, the dark hero Nangong Long. Is it very strong? It's hard to say. Negan lost to Blue Rose. It would be great if he could defeat me. No matter how evil and twisted his character is, I will have a baby with him. How strong will our children be? Nangong Long, who was far away in Nazarick, felt a chill all over his body. It came quickly and went away quickly. What was going on? Would the undead shiver? Nangong Long, who couldn't figure it out, could only give up. He didn't know that there was a girl far away in the church who was targeting him. Albedo, inform the Guardian to follow me to Earantal. Yes, after being busy for so long, it's time to build a country. Didn't they say that the Sorcerer King would come to Earantal? Why hasn't he come yet? Have no idea. I just don't know what will happen to the Sorcerer King and what our future lives will be like, said a resident. He must be a good person, otherwise why would he help Princess Lana, said the person next to him. That's true. By the way, the Sorcerer King is also called Nangong Long, the same name as the Black Hero. Haha, maybe it's the same person, someone joked. How is that possible? The Sorcerer King knew immediately that this was a powerful magic caster. The Dark Hero is a warrior, so there is no way he could be just one person. He actually dares to call himself the Magic King. I wonder who is more powerful between him and the Empire's Fruta, said an adventurer. Who knows, but it certainly won't be too different. After all, people without strength won't have such a hateful title. That's right. Hey, look at this, elves, demons, vampires. Who is it that is making such a big scene? Could it be? The person next to the Sorcerer King spoke up. Nangong Long did not reveal the appearance of a skeleton, but used the magic highest level illusion, transformation of reality and virtuality to reshape his original appearance. The transformation between reality and illusion is not just a visual deception, but it deceives all five senses at the same time. That is to say, when you touch Nangong Long, you will feel like you are touching a real person, not a pile of hard bones. Nangong Long did this just to reduce resistance. Unless necessary, he did not want to kill these ordinary people and rule brutally. As for why the Guardians are not allowed to use magic to change their appearance, Nangong Long has his own considerations. On the one hand, it serves as a deterrent, and on the other hand, it increases residents' acceptance in order to lay the foundation for living with the undead in the future. Albedo took a step forward and said, "Why don't you kneel before the Sorcerer King?" After hearing this, the people came back to their senses from their shock and immediately knelt down. Even those who did not react were pinned down by their companions. It's obvious that the other party is not someone you want to mess with, so there's no need to provoke him. Besides, Nangong Long will be the king here in the future, and it is only right for the people to kneel down and worship the king when they see him. Since the incident of killing hundreds of thousands of people in the kingdom did not happen, no one jumped out to oppose it. On the contrary, because Nangong Long helped Princess Lana, he gained the favor of many people. Chapter 13. But I'm still a little worried. After all, some of the other side don't look like human. The effect is quite good, but it still requires practice. Kneeling down to an adult cannot be limited to this level, Albedo thought. Okay, get up. I know you are all uneasy, but please rest assured, they are all my people and will not hurt you. Nangong Long used magic to ensure that everyone could hear his words. The people felt as if the sound was ringing in their ears, and they were immediately surprised, and at the same time they were more awed in their hearts. Nangong Long's words made the people feel a little more at ease. With the other party's strength, they thought they would not lie to them. From now on, you will be the people of my magic kingdom. I will lead you to prosperity, and one day you will be proud of this identity. Albedo, let's go. People consciously made way and bowed their heads to show respect. It was not until Nangong Long and his group disappeared that the people began to talk again. Such a strong momentum is everything the Sorcerer King said true. That's right. We have nothing worthy of the Sorcerer King's deception. So, our lives are going to get better. The people were discussing their future lives, while the adventurers were talking about Nangong Long's strength. It's amazing that so many foreign races, such as demons and elves, have surrendered to him. I can now say with certainty that the Sorcerer King is stronger than Fluta. You are talking nonsense, haven't you felt the pressure from that demon just now? But having said that, that demon is truly beautiful. Only a strong man like the Sorcerer King could be worthy of such a beauty's service. That's right. Who in that team is ugly? This statement was agreed by everyone. You are so brave, I didn't even dare to look, someone next to him whispered. Who do you think is stronger, the Sorcerer King or the Dark Hero? An adventurer raised a new question. Sorcerer King, it's hard to say. After all, the Dark Hero passed through the army of the undead and was unscathed. With their strength, it is really hard to tell who is stronger. If they knew that the two were the same person, what kind of expression would they have? In a corner where no one was paying attention, the Dark Sword team was talking carefully. Don't you think the Sorcerer King looks a lot like Mr. Long? Nina said. I think so too, Luke nodded. It can't be just one person, Dine guessed. Why don't we ask Mr. Long next time we see him, Luke suggested. Let's not do that. If it's really the same person and Mr. Long wants us to know, he'll tell us himself, Nina objected. Nina is right. Let's end this matter here and don't spread any rumors outside, especially you, Lute, said Captain Peter. Do you think I'm a bullshitter? Lute retorted. The others nodded, indicating that you are that kind of person. I'm so sad, Lute said frustratedly. No one paid any attention to him. Everyone knew that he was not really sad, he was just playing tricks. The last time Nangong Long met them, he showed his face, which led to the current scene. Even if Nangong Long knew that these people were talking about him, he wouldn't care. He had other things to do now. Sir, this is the governance plan, please review it. Nangong Long flipped through it and found nothing strange about it, so he approved it. Nangong Long would only look at it because he was afraid that the guardians who were disgusted by humans would make some weird clauses. Otherwise, he would not even take a look at it. He believed very much in Albedo's ability. She was omnipotent and much better than himself. Lord Long, we guardians feel that we should build a palace befitting your status, Albedo said. Okay, Nangong Long agreed. After all, it was the guardians' good intention. As for the funding issue, there was no need to worry. The wealth collected by 8 Fingers was more than enough to build a palace. By the way, let's build an orphanage. My lord, why do you do this for those ants? Albedo asked. She was not questioning her supreme lord, but she just couldn't understand what the benefit of doing so was. After all, in her eyes, those ants could be killed with a wave of her hand. Albedo, you should know that I intend to rule peacefully. This will not only win the hearts of the people, but also allow me to observe the next generation. Who knows, there may be some talents worth recruiting into Nazarick. I understand. My lord wants to brainwash the next generation in order to consolidate my rule over Nazarick. You are worthy of being my most beloved lord, Albedo said with a smile. You're right. It was obvious to heaven that Nangong Long really didn't think so, but he could only admit it now. Fortunately, Demiurge is not here, otherwise who knows what he would imagine, Nangong Long thought thankfully. Then who will be in charge of the orphanage, sir? Leave it to Pestoya. Nangong Long thought about it and decided that it would be most appropriate to let her manage it. Although she looks a little scary, she is a very gentle person. The most important thing is that her justice value is positive, which is very rare in Nazarick. If it were someone else, there's no telling what kind of people they would teach the children. Yes, one more thing. It's time to start making the residents of this city accustomed to the undead. Yes, I'll do it right away. Wait a minute, thank you for your hard work during this period. From now on, when there is no one else around, just call me by my name, no need to add sir. Nangong Long knew that Albedo would never call him by his name directly in front of others for the sake of her own dignity, so he took a step back. No, this is not allowed. How can you address the Supreme Being by his name? It's okay, I agree. In that case, I understand. The relationship with the adults has taken a step forward. In order to live up to the adults' trust, Albedo must complete the task more perfectly, she thought happily. Everyone is busy, what should I do? Nangong Long said to himself, let's go check out Karn village. I haven't been there for a while. As for Albedo, I have magic so I can contact her anytime. It's such a happy decision. Advanced item creation upward transfer. The changes in Karn village were quite significant, and its defenses were now comparable to those of some small towns. The wall was built so quickly thanks to the help of the servants sent by Nangong Long. Because the Karn village had been attacked by its own kind, it was easier for them to accept the existence of the servants. After all, his own kind hurt him mercilessly, but these so-called monsters were doing their best to help him, not to mention that they were sent by his benefactor to help. Thus, a scene that was difficult for outsiders to understand appeared, the villagers and various monsters lived together in peace. This is what Nangong Long wants to see. As long as the news here spreads, it will be easier to deal with Irantal. Seeing it with your own eyes is much better than just talking about it, and it is easier to accept. Chapter 14. Although this exposed that the Magic King and the Black Hero were the same person, Nangong Long didn't care about this, and he had no intention of hiding it. He became an adventurer more out of interest, and how could he not try this profession when he came to the other world? Sir, are you here for something? Lupus Regina asked respectfully. Nothing, just came to take a look. Tell me what happened recently in Karn village. The girl you saved became the new village chief and led the entire village to build defense facilities for the village. People from other villages also moved to Karn village, and there are also some adventurers living in the village. That's all. You did a great job. Take me to Henry's house now. Yes, sir. Lord Long, you are here. Since it was noon, most of the villagers had already returned from the fields, so on the way to Enli's house, he met many villagers, and Nangong Long nodded in response. There was a red-haired girl, which surprised Nangong Long. He thought you would die at the hands of Shaltir. After all, I didn't give you the red potion. I have to say that you are lucky, Nangong Long thought. Lord Long, Enli said in surprise. She didn't expect Nangong Long to come to her. Are you preparing to cook? Nangong Long said as he looked at what Enli was holding. Well, I'm going to make food for the goblins. It's really hard work. It's okay, they helped me a lot. Enli, do you want to visit Nazarick? Nangong Long thought for a moment and said can I? Enri was a little confused. She had learned from the maid that Nazarick was where Nangong Long lived, and she had never thought that she would go there one day. Certainly. Can I bring my sister with me? Enli looked at Nangong Long and asked anxiously. She was not sure whether her request would be granted. She really wanted to go, but she could not leave her sister behind. Okay, Nangong Long said with a wry smile. Am I that unkind? Besides, my original intention was to invite you sisters. You just think too much, Nangong Long complained in his heart. Thank you, Lord Long. In that case, we will leave later, you go and get ready. Okay. Enri was so shocked by the scenery before her that she couldn't recover for a long time. Simple words were not enough to describe its magnificence. There was no more luxurious palace in the world than this one. Take Enli to change clothes first, then show her around, and then come find me at Dragon Island Lake on the 6th floor. Yes, Lupus Regina replied. Just follow her first. You two are already familiar with each other, so don't be too nervous. Yes, Lord Long. Take Keng Qiangwei over as well. We agreed with them last time, so we can't keep standing them up. Mr. Long, you always appear so suddenly. Can't you tell me in advance so I can be prepared to welcome you? Lana complained. Nangong Long had never really thought about this question. He was used to this way of doing things, just transfer here when there was something, and leave directly after finishing the work. Okay, next time I'll ask Albedo to inform you. As for why he didn't notify himself, it was impossible for a leader to do such a thing himself. Then I'll look forward to next time, Lana replied with a smile. Mr. Long, what are you here for this time? I'm here to find Keng Qiangwei. I thought he was looking for me. Nangong Long looked at Lana with a sad face and felt a little puzzled, because he felt that the other party's emotional expression did not seem fake. He could only sigh that Lana's acting skills were really good. I'm afraid Lana herself doesn't know how much of this is true and how much is false. Go and inform Lacey's and ask them to come see me, Lana instructed the maid. Yes, you are becoming more and more like a queen. It seems that you have adapted well to your new identity. This is all thanks to Mr. Long, otherwise I would have become a victim of politics. There was a hint of helplessness in Lana's tone, but she quickly hid it and said with a smile. Indeed, for the sake of the stability of the royal power, who has ever considered the feelings of women? Mr. Long, if you were in the same position, what would you do? Me? Of course I relied on my strength to crush you. I don't have the habit of relying on women to exchange for stability. Really? That really fits with what you said. Lana felt her heartbeat quicken. Lord Long, when did you come? Gagran's words interrupted Lana's thoughts. Just come here, I'm going to transfer you to my place. You're finally here. I thought you forgot. Logis spoke casually. She knew everything Nangong Long did as an adventurer, so she didn't think he would do anything to her because of this. Can I come with you, Mr. Long? You? You can. Nangong Long felt that it was okay to let her follow him. It didn't matter even if she caused trouble. Nangong Long was still very confident in his strength in this world. Thank you, Mr. Long. Upward transfer. Wow, where is this? It's so beautiful. Lakis exclaimed as she looked at the blue sky in front of her. The others nodded. Something is flying towards us, Evil Eye said as she looked at something flying in the distance. It's okay, he's my servant. Yes, it's a dragon, Tia said in surprise. Greetings, Lord Nangong. The demon dragon King Dane landed carefully and bowed his head respectfully. You have nothing to do here, go back. Yes, come back to your senses, you guys. Long, hey, this is the first time I see you, said Tina. Mr. Long, where is this? The 6th underground floor of Nazarick, Dragon Island Lake. This area is guarded by Dane. Underground? Are you kidding? What's going on with the sky above your head? Lakis said in disbelief. Sit down and talk. You can ask whatever you want, but I won't necessarily answer you. What? Nangong Long casually lay on the ground, looking up at the sky. Since the guardian was not here, he did not need to be so serious. As for whether they would tell others, Nangong Long said it did not matter, because the guardian would not believe it anyway. First, it's your problem, Lakis. This is indeed underground, and the sky was made by a friend of mine, Nangong Long said with some nostalgia. What? Production? King Qiangwei roared. Is this really possible, Mr. Long? The truth is here soon, isn't it? Nazarick is the hard work of me and my 40 friends. It is also our greatest masterpiece. There are many things here that you cannot understand. There are 40 more people as strong as you. Evil Eye asked after calming down. Yeah, but that was in the past. Now I'm the only one left. Kang Qiangwei heard the sadness in Nangong Long's tone, but she didn't know how to comfort him. After all, the pain of losing a companion cannot be overcome by just talking about it. Mr. Long. Lana hesitated to speak. It's okay. No matter where we are, our friendship will never change. Anything else you want to ask? This is Dragon Island Lake, there should be a lot of dragons there, Tia asked. Well, they live on an island in the middle of the lake. I really want to take a look. I suggest you don't do this. Dragons are not so friendly. That's a pity. Lord Long, is this your true appearance when you were in Irantal? Kang Qiangwei had already learned this information through the magic portrait. No, that was only when I was still a human. Now? You'd better be prepared. I'm a bit busy today, so this is the last update. There will be a new plot tomorrow. Chapter 15. Nangong Long took off his helmet, and the scene suddenly became quiet. Kang Qiangwei was obviously shocked. They had imagined all kinds of possibilities, but they had never guessed the scene in front of them. Even the extremely intelligent Lana had not expected it. Why, are you surprised? Nangong Long broke the silence. This is already a shock, okay. Lakasi came back to her senses. Well, I considered that the face under the helmet was non-human, but I didn't expect it to be a skeleton. Evil Eye, who would have thought that the one who controls demons and dragons would be. Gagron didn't finish his words, but how could the people present not understand? Mr. Long, this is really unexpected. But just now, you seemed to say that you were a human before. Lana became more and more curious about the past of the man in front of her. Yes, how did you become like this? Lakis asked. You want to know, Nangong Long said to them with his hollow red eyes. It was a bit scary, but I nodded anyway. I won't tell you, Nangong Long laughed. Kang Qiangwei, Lana was a little surprised. She didn't expect Nangong Long to play this trick. After being disturbed by Nangong Long, Kang Qiangwei relaxed a lot and was not as reserved as before. You still have such a bad taste, Lakasi said regretfully. I didn't expect that Mr. Long likes to play tricks on people. He is very different from the undead in the rumors, Lana asked puzzledly. Well, the undead all hate the living. Lord Long is very special, said Tina. Lord Long is like this probably because he remembers his memories from his previous life, Tia guessed. That's not right, Tia. Tia looked at Nangong Long in confusion. She felt that apart from this explanation, there was no other reason that could lead to the current situation. Not only her, but others also thought so. I've never saved anyone from death. Ah. You've never died, so how did you become an immortal? Logis asked suspiciously. How could it be possible to become an immortal without dying? Someone's coming over. We can talk about this later. Who is it? Asked Lakasi. She felt nothing. Li is just an ordinary person. Don't say anything extra. I don't want to scare her, Nangong Long warned. The highest level of illusion, transformation of reality and illusion. I didn't expect you to be so gentle. If you weren't a skeleton, I might have fallen in love with you, Logis said jokingly. You can love a skeleton too. It's true love that overcomes all obstacles. Besides, I think I'm still a super handsome skeleton, Don't you think so? Mr. Long, you are right, Lucacy, I support you. Besides, the skeleton is not bad either, Lana said teasingly. That's right, Giglin and the others cheered together. Skeletons and such, please spare me, said Lucas, raising her hands. What if I could become a human? Then I will marry you, Logis said stubbornly. She didn't believe that a skeleton could turn into a human. It was pure nonsense. I'll remember what you said, Nangong Long said with a smile. Logis suddenly had a bad feeling, as if she had dug a hole and buried herself. She shook her head and threw this unrealistic idea out of her mind. Mr. Long, can't he really do it? Lana looked at Nangong Long in surprise and doubt. Of course, it will just take some time. It really works. Lucacy cried out. You are lying. Just wait and marry me, okay? Nangong Long said with a wicked smile. The other members of Keng Qiangwei looked at their captain in silence, feeling somewhat speechless that he had sold himself out like that. My lord, Henry is here. Lupus Regina interrupted Logis. Very good, you can go do other things now. Yes, and Li, come and sit down. Don't be nervous. Oh, okay. It was the first time that Li saw Nangong Long's look and she was a little dazed. Let me introduce myself. I'm Lucacy, the leader of Keng Qiangwei. She is Evil Eye, a magic caster. She is Tia. The last one is Lana, the queen of the kingdom. Ah, well, hello, your majesty the queen, Anna said quickly, bowing. You don't have to be like this, just treat me as an ordinary person, Lana said softly. Good, what a gentle person, and Li thought. And hello. It's okay, just treat us as friends, said Giglin generously. Unexpectedly, Keng Qiangwei was as gentle as Lord Long On Li had heard about Keng Qiangwei from the new adventurers in the village, and she seemed to be a super powerful adventurer. Well, let's just treat what happened just now as a joke, Logis said weakly, seeing that everyone knew each other. Of course, no, Nangong Long said in a deliberately lengthened voice. Logis felt very bad. She couldn't tell whether Nangong Long was real or fake. Don't worry, I can just marry you, but I don't know if Mr. Long wants me. Nangong Long looked at Lana suspiciously, not knowing what she was up to. Anyway, he didn't think she was serious, so he nodded indifferently. Seeing that Nangong Long agreed, Lana smiled beautifully. Lana, you marry? What? Is the Lord going to get married? Yes, only a beauty like this is worthy of Lord Long. How can a country girl like me possibly be like that? When she thought of this, Li became more and more disappointed. Sister, the younger sister next to her pulled her sister's clothes and whispered. Nangong Long felt a little puzzled. He didn't know why Li suddenly became depressed. Unable to figure it out, he decided to change the subject. Henry, what do you think of Nazarick? It's a very magical place. There are many things I don't understand. It's like a miracle, Li adjusted her mood and replied. The others nodded in agreement. To them, there was no better word to describe the word except miracle. Not so exaggerated anymore. By the way, Evil Eye, aren't you going to take off the mask? Don't you want to talk? Nangong Long suddenly said. You know everything. Evil Eye was a little surprised, but she had already guessed that the other party might know her true identity, so she quickly calmed down. Keng Qiangwei also pricked up their ears. They had been curious for a long time, but since they were all companions, they couldn't ask directly. Evil Eye took off her mask, sighed, and said, I am a vampire who has lived for more than 200 years. Destroy the country. Chapter 16. Except for Nangong Long, everyone else opened their mouths wide, and little Nem even went straight into her sister's arms. It doesn't matter who you are. I just know that you are our most important companion. You guys. Evil Eye's eyes were a little moist. This is the benefit of building a good relationship first. If I had just told him that I was a vampire at the beginning, the scene would definitely not be like this, Nangong Long thought unscrupulously. Actually, I'm more curious. Is this what you look like originally? No transformation or anything. Nangong Long interrupted the warm atmosphere. Logis rolled her eyes at him. This guy really didn't know how to read the atmosphere. Why do you ask that? This is what I look like, Evil Eye asked curiously. Ah, nothing. It seems that it is different from my true ancestor. When my true ancestor goes berserk, the style changes suddenly. Nangong Long's thoughts drift away. Since everyone agrees, we'll take this mission, Hecaran decided. It's because of me that everyone took this dangerous job, Igzu said guiltily. How could that be? The reward is so high, of course I will take it, Imina said with a smile. That's it, Robatiku nodded. Thank you. Do you need us to lend you money? Hecaran asked. No need. This time's reward is enough to last for a while. I also plan to take my sisters away, and they should bear their parents' debts themselves, said Shwet. That's right, do you want me to talk to your parents? Hecaran waved his fist and said. No need for that, Archie said with a wry smile. In that case, Roba, come with me to buy the necessary equipment for this mission. Good. So who will be the commander-in-chief this time? The one who spoke was Greenham, who was wearing full body armor and looked like a rhinoceros beetle because of his short legs. No one spoke. No one wanted to take on such a troublesome and thankless job. How about we take turns? Hecaran suggested. Okay, this way no one will be blamed in the end, replied Old Man Palpadora. Now that's the case, let's get started, Greenham said. Sir, I'm sorry to bother you. What's the matter? Nangong Long asked. If it wasn't an urgent matter, Lucy wouldn't have teleported here directly. Someone has invaded Nazarick. Is it from the Empire? But I didn't go looking for Fruta, probably because I founded the country, so it was attracted. Plus, I didn't cover it with soil, so it's easy to find with the naked eye. After traveling through time, Nangong Long did not let Mare hide Nazarick, because there was no need. Nazarick was enough to stand out from the crowd. Shaltir has always wanted to make amends. Let her take the undead to keep them out. I don't want them to enter Nazarick. Yes, I'll do it right away. Wait a minute, I'll go out and take a look too. Keng Qiangwei thought silently, who is so stupid that he invaded here? Doesn't he know how to write the word death? Have a safe journey. Do you want to go? Nangong Long said to Keng Qiangwei. Of course, we also want to see who is brave enough to invade here. Then let's go together. Enri, Nimu, you and the maid should go to the guest room. Children should not watch this kind of scene. Yes, then my sister and I will wait for the adults to return triumphantly, Enli said with a smile. Don't cause trouble for the adults at this time. What about you, Lana? Which side do you choose? Follow you. Greetings, Your Excellency. Wake up, where are the invaders now? Still searching on the surface, Shaltir replied. Send Hamsuk out, let me see the results of his recent training. Yes, Shaltir knew Blue Rose, so even though she was unhappy to see them, she did not show overly strong hostility. My lord, I will try my best to complete the task, Hamsuk said with full momentum. Your opponent is that swordsman. If you kill him, you will pass. Otherwise, you will have to double your training, Nangong Long said, pointing at the fluorescent screen. There were many more people, but it didn't matter. No matter how many came, the result would not change. I will never fail. Hamsuk recalled the terrible training method and shuddered. If he doubled it, he would not be experiencing the feeling of death, but would really die. Very good, don't kill the 3 forest elves next to him. Shaltir, kill the rest except these few, collect the bodies, and have the servants deliver them to where the various classes need them. Oh, and don't let those who have set up camp over there go either. Yes, sir. I'm about to disconnect from the internet, so I'll stop writing here. Chapter 17. The situation is not good, with this number. Cold sweat ran down Hecaran's forehead. The situation was very bad, they were surrounded. Old man, do you have any good ideas? Greenham asked anxiously. If it's just an ordinary skeleton, it might be possible to break through. Now, do you think it's possible? Palpadora looked forward. There were fully armed skeletons. The old man dared to say that this was the most luxurious skeleton he had ever seen in his life. It was covered with magic weapons, better than the ones he used himself. At the moment they are just surrounding us and not taking any action. Maybe we can still have a chance to talk, Palpadora comforted. How about we just take action? Ilya said arrogantly. Hey, if you want to die, don't take us with you. You'd better not move. The others all stared at Ilya, and even he felt a little frightened. Got it, Ilya compromised. At this moment, a dark figure appeared in front of the skeleton, with withered hands and a rotten face. Death, great magician of the dead. He should be the owner of this place, said Greenham. Then I will talk to him. Okay, old man. You are. The Archmage of the Dead humanely stretched out his finger, put it in front of his mouth, and signaled them to shut up. Then the skeletons started to commotion again, and 7 more figures appeared around them. No, 8, what on earth have we offended? This is not where we should be, damn client, I'm sorry, it's all my fault, Igzu said guiltily. It's none of your business. We decided to come here, Roba comforted. It seems this is our last mission. If you have a chance, run away first, Archie. How can this be possible? It's all because of me. You have a younger sister, don't you? Imina said gently. You lowly creatures, dare to invade Nazarick, the city built by the supreme beings? I will inflict the most painful death on you. Shaltair's angry voice came from the podium. Hecarim looked up and saw an extremely beautiful girl. Although she was angry, it did not affect her temperament at all. Instead, it added a unique charm. Are you the owner here? I think we can talk. Palpadora was the first to come back to his senses and said immediately. Oh, what do you want to say, Allens? Can you let us go? We will definitely pay you a satisfactory reward. The others nodded immediately, it was the best way to solve the problem. No need, the reward is your lives, Shaltair said in a grim tone. Hands on the skeleton soldiers began to charge forward, slaughtering whoever they could see, while the great magician of the dead stayed where he was, casting attack magic. They were no match for a single great magician of the dead, let alone 8 of them. The invaders were defeated one after another. Break out, run as fast as you can, we have to survive, Greenham shouted, venting his fear. I don't want to die yet, let's fight and kill. An invader rushed into the group of skeletons with great momentum and was dismembered in the blink of an eye. Vomit. Roars and screams filled the battlefield. However, there were 2 groups of people who were particularly strange, as if they were out of tune with the surroundings. What's going on? Why didn't they attack us? Roba broke the strange atmosphere. I don't know, but if they don't move, we shouldn't attack them, Hecarim replied. If you take action now, you will die, said Imina. Maybe there's something about us that the other party wants, Igzu guessed. Do we have anything like that? Elsewhere, Arya didn't dare to take action at all. Although he was arrogant and proud, he knew that he was no match for the great magician of the dead. What should I do? What should I do? Come up with a solution quickly. Even if I'm the only one who escapes, it's okay. I can just buy new forest elves or something. I'm tired of playing with them anyway. Your opponent is me. Hamsuk walked up to Arya. What? Arya was a little angry. The other party actually sent an unknown monster to deal with him. But it was better this way. At least he didn't have to face a strong enemy. Tell me, what kind of monster it is? Arya shouted to the forest elf next to him. Sorry, I've never seen this kind of monster before. What's the use of you? Arya mercilessly hit the forest elf with the handle of the knife and sent it flying. Forget it, he's not a powerful character anyway. Arya had defeated even larger monsters before, so he didn't take Hamsuk seriously. Why are you still dragging your feet? Come on and attack with all your strength. After all, beating you is a test for me. Having said that, your level is not enough to test my full strength. Test? What makes you think I'm weaker than you? Arya said angrily. It feels so weak just by looking at it. You, the skeletons and magicians behind you won't attack together? Ilya asked, suppressing his anger. No, I've already said this is a test for me, so of course I will deal with you alone. If I defeat you, will you let me go? Arya asked. Of course not. I must kill you. I don't want to accept that kind of terrible punishment, Hamsuk said tremblingly. Don't delay any longer. Tell me your name. I will remember you. You don't deserve to know my name, then I will treat you as a fool and forget you from my memory. Hamsuk rushed in front of Arya at a speed that was inconsistent with his body size. Arya could only raise his sword to block him in a hurry. The touch of the blade did not feel like skin, but rather as hard as metal. Then, Hamsuk swung the tail behind him and directly knocked Arya away. He felt the pain of his whole body being torn apart, but he endured it. If he took a wrong step at this moment, he would die. As a worker who had experienced life and death many times, he knew this very well. Heal me quickly! Arya yelled. But Hamsuk will not give him this opportunity. The Lord said that he would kill him while he is sick and would never give his opponent any chance to breathe. The tail stabbed out and smashed Arya's head directly. This proud genius died in the hands of the monster he looked down upon. It must be said to be a kind of irony. If he had used all his strength at the beginning, he might have lived a little longer. The massacre was almost over at this time, and only Greenham and Palpadora were still able to fight. Hecarim, why weren't you attacked? Did you betray us? Greenham roared in resentment. The old man also looked at Hecarim. They were the only team present who were unharmed. This seemed suspicious to him no matter how he thought about it. I don't know why either, Hecarim said innocently. He also wanted to know the reason. It was really uncomfortable to be so unclear. He also understood Greenham's thoughts. He would think the same if he were in Greenham's shoes. Stop pretending to be innocent. If you want me to die, I'll kill you first. Palpadora also rushed over. Seeing them like this, Hecarim knew that it was useless to say anything, so he simply shut up and thought about what to do next. He didn't think Greenham could rush over, and as expected, they all fell on the road. Today's update. Chapter 18. It's over, let's go out and take a look. Okay, but to be honest, this floor is very different from the 6th floor. There are tombstones everywhere, said Logis, looking at the gloomy scenery around her. The full name of this place is the Great Underground Tomb of Nazarick. How could there be no cemetery? That's a big difference. Each level of Nazarick has its own purpose. You will understand it later. Hakarang, look, are they lining up? Indeed, it seems that some important person is about to appear. Big shot? Isn't that girl the owner of this place? Imina asked doubtfully. Not necessarily. We were so frightened just now that we subconsciously ignored the fact that the Supreme Lord mentioned by the red-dressed girl might still be alive. How is this possible? This is his grave, and that girl is the guardian here. Hey! I don't deny this possibility, but I think the former is more likely. Otherwise, how can we explain their more respectful attitude? Look over there, Roba said, pointing at the forest elves. After Arya's death, the forest elves had no intention of avenging him. Instead, they kicked and beat him, and finally fell to the ground, crying and laughing, as if they had been relieved. Hamsuk looked at their strange behavior but didn't pay much attention to it, thinking it was just a special way of funeral for the forest elves. However, their eyes seemed full of hatred without a trace of sadness. Aren't they companions? Hamsuk couldn't figure it out, so he simply stopped thinking about it. As long as they didn't attack him, it would be fine. Otherwise, he would have to knock them out. But the Lord had said not to kill them. Although Hamsuk was not smart, he knew that he had to satisfy his Lord in order to survive, otherwise Orasama would skin him alive. Whenever Hamsuk thought of this, he would feel cold all over. Orasama's eyes were too scary. They are not dead, and we are fine too. This is the only thing we have in common, Ai Shwe said while looking at Imina. Me? Imina's eyes widened. Although there is such a possibility, it is not high. After all, Arya is dead, but we are not dead, Hecarim denied. On the one hand, he said this as a rational speculation, but more importantly, he denied it emotionally. He didn't want anyone to target his lover. Hecarim Imina could certainly hear the personal emotions in her man's words. If it's really because of me, I hope you won't stop me. As long as you can leave alive, that's enough, Imina continued, suppressing her reluctance. Impossible, I can't do it. Hecarim shouted firmly. The leader is right, we can't abandon our companions, Roba refused. That's right. Besides, it was because of me that things turned out like this. If anyone must be abandoned, it should be me, Igzu said firmly. Stop talking. Our team of 4 counselors will not abandon anyone. At worst, we will die here together. Clap, clap. The sound of applause coming from their ears broke the atmosphere of life and death separation. The 4 strategists became alert instantly. This was not their active behavior, but a subconscious habit developed from years of adventure, and they could not control it for a moment. Greetings, Your Excellency, get up, you did a great job, Shaltir. This is what I should do. It's not worthy of your praise. Although she said this, Shaltir was still very happy to receive Nangong Long's praise. You have perfectly annihilated the enemy, so please accept this praise with pleasure. Yes, as soon as they shifted their gaze over, the four counselors saw the beautiful girl kneeling on one knee and worshipping a skeleton. This skeleton should be the real owner of this relic. The equipment he was wearing was so high-end that he couldn't tell the grade at all. The most important thing was that there were two beautiful women behind him who were no less beautiful than the girl in the red dress. The other women were only slightly inferior, of course, except for the incredibly strong one. It's a very touching sense of companionship. I see the shadows of my former companions in you. I'm very happy. Nangong Long shifted his gaze to the four counselors. Sir, is this the reason why you kept them until now? Lucy asked first. At this time, the only NPCs at the Guardian level in Nazarick were Shaltir, Lucy, and Horn. The rest were busy with other tasks, otherwise there would be more people standing here now. Albedo and Sebastian were busy with the operation of the Sorceress Kingdom, while Demiurge was in charge of building Nangong Long's palace. Aura and Mare were still building a temporary base, but it was almost finished. Cositus was managing the lizardmen and training potential lizardmen warriors. That's part of the reason. The others also understood why they didn't kill them. After all, they had been fought at their doorstep. There was no reason to let them go. Kang Qiangwei understood this. Can you please let us go for this? Hecarim said at the right time. No, let's keep it one thing at a time. Nangong Long's plain words made the four counselors feel like they were falling into an ice cellar, but they still couldn't escape. But I can consider letting you go alone. Hecarim's eyes shifted hesitantly between Imina and Archie. Let Arkaho go. I won't leave if you stay. You, all right. It's just Roba. Hecarim looked at Imina's determined eyes and knew that she would not change her decision, so he spoke instead. It's okay, I thought so too. Let Igzu leave here, she has a sister waiting for her, Roba said calmly, as if he was not the one going to die. No, you took this mission for me. How can I be the only one alive now? Igzu yelled. Why must it be like this? I must be separated from my companions. They have a really good relationship, Mr. Long. Can't we let them go? Geglin said reluctantly. Nangong Long waved his hand, indicating that he should stop begging. Gigran, stop talking, Logis said. After all, Nangong Long was their boss, and they couldn't question the boss's decision at this time. Moreover, she believed that Nangong Long would handle the matter. Gagelan also knew that he was a little offside, so he stopped talking. If this reduced Nangong Long's favorability towards Kang Qiangwei, it would be a loss. You still have a sister, don't you? Imina advised. But... Archie hesitated. This is the gold coins I saved, you can use them. And mine. Roba also took out a leather bag and handed it to Archie. Take mine too. Everyone. Tears couldn't help but slide down Igzu's delicate face. We have made our choice. Please let Archie go, Hecarim turned to Nangong Long and asked. Chapter 19. Sure, I won't think about it anymore. Don't you want that half-elf to leave? I can see that you love her very much. No need. It's my happiness to die with the one I love, Imina said. What about you? Don't you want to fight for yourself? Nangong Long looked at Roba. Thank you for your concern, but no thanks, I am happy with my decision now. The other party is obviously trying to instigate you, but you cannot get angry. It would be bad if you cause the other party to change his decision. Very good, you have passed, Nangong Long said with a smile. Do you want to do something for me? If you agree, I'll let you go. We agree, Hecarim answered without even thinking. Who would want to die if they could live? At the same time, he was also a little relieved. If everyone had been fighting for that one spot, maybe everyone would have died now. You'd better think carefully and don't try to lie to me. If you betray me, I will let you know that death in Nazarick is mercy. No, absolutely not, Hecarim said hastily. He could tell that the other party was serious, and more importantly, he was definitely capable of doing this. This is the best Igzu, right? I am very interested in your natural abilities. Let's personally feel the gap between you and me, Nangong Long said as he took off the ring on his right hand. Nangong Long has been curious for a long time, wondering to what extent this ability can see through things. Arx, what's wrong with you? Imina asked while supporting the trembling Archie. Arka didn't answer at all. It wasn't that she didn't want to, but that she couldn't. She was so frightened by Nangong Long's overwhelming magic that she couldn't speak. If he hadn't said he wouldn't kill them, she would have been frightened to the point of retching. Did you do anything to Igzu? Roba looked at Nangong Long, suppressing his anger. Roba, don't. The master didn't do anything to me. Ai Shui forced herself to calm down and spoke. She was afraid that if she was a step late, it would anger Nangong Long and lead to their entire destruction. It's my own fault. I was so shocked by your strength that I was speechless. You do have some vision. Of course, the Supreme Lord is the strongest, Aaron's, Shaltir said proudly. Hecarim and the others only now realized that it was not Nangong Long who did something, but that Archie was trembling with fear at the opponent's strength. It seems that you have fully understood. Can you sense what level of magic caster I am? Sorry, I don't know. I can only feel your bottomless magic power, which is far greater than that of my teacher. Hecarim and the others knew very well who Archie's teacher was. That meant the person before them, no, that was not right, it was a skeleton, had reached the level of a demon god. A living legend appeared right before them. It was incredible to think about it. Reality was really unreasonable. It seems that your ability needs a ruler, otherwise it cannot be accurately sensed. It's easy to understand if you think about it. There are no users above the 6th level among humans, so it's normal that Nangong Long's specific level cannot be seen. Unless her ability comes with its own classification standard, but it's obviously not that convenient. I'll arrange for you later. Yes. Watching Nangong Long walk towards the forest elves, Ai Shui whispered, Leader, don't have any bad ideas. Of course I know. Since you said so, how could I not understand? It seems that this time I have only one way to go. Being alive is more important than anything else, isn't it? Imina comforted. The other party is not as ruthless as we imagined, otherwise they would not let us go, said Roba. What about your sister, Archie? I was thinking that too, said Igzu in embarrassment. The other part of the reason, sir, is it that girl? Lucy asked. Well, her ability is still very rare. Maybe one day it will be useful. As far as I know, there are only 2 people with this ability. Who is the other person? Foliata, the Empire's strongest magician. Please give Igzu some guidance when you have time. I really want to know whether the humans in this world can surpass the limit of level 6. Yes, it seems that the adults are very optimistic about that little girl. I'm jealous, Lucy said with a smile. Can you really do it, Mr. Long? If you don't try, how will you know? No one has set your limits, it's just that your predecessors didn't reach them. If you feel you can't do it from the beginning, how can you surpass yourself? Been taught a lesson, then why do you keep them? It's not just because they are pretty, is it? Lana teased. Shalter's expression changed immediately. She had never really thought about this issue, but what if? Of course not, you will know in a moment. Nangong Long's mouth twitched. Fortunately, he was a skeleton now and no one could see his expression. Hearing this, Shaltir relaxed, and Logis also breathed a sigh of relief, but she herself didn't know why she felt this way. Lucy treated them with only half an ear. I don't like it, Nangong Long said as he looked at the forest elves with lifeless eyes. Divine healing. All the wounds on the forest elf's body healed quickly, and even the broken ears grew back at a speed visible to the naked eye. What kind of magic is this? It's amazing. It was the first time that Logis saw such fast healing magic. It's the 8th level magic. As long as you're not dead, you can recover. Isn't it amazing? Lucy said with a smile. Sister Lucy is really amazing. Are you a 10th level magic caster like Mr. Long? Luxi glanced at Nangong Long, not knowing whether she should say it or not. Nangong Long nodded, indicating that Luxi could say whatever she wanted to say. This little action was seen by everyone present, but no one paid attention to it. Nangong Long had given his permission, which meant that he already treated them as his own. Sister Lana, you are right. I can use 10th tier magic, but you can't. No one spoke, everyone listened quietly to what was said next. Your Excellency can use super-level magic that is beyond the reach of guardians like us, Lucy said proudly. Superposition? What level is that? Tia asked puzzledly, having never heard of it before. Simply put, it's the 11th level, Nangong Long replied. Hiss. You are really a complete monster, Lakis muttered. What are you talking about, you lowly fellow? Shaltir said angrily. It's okay, Shaltiya. Nangong Long stretched out his bone claws and placed them on Shaltiya's head, giving her a fatal pat on the head. Shaltir's anger instantly subsided. My lord, please be partial. I want one too, Lucy said pitifully. It's not your place, Shaltir retorted. Okay, stop making trouble. Yes, Shaltir glared at Lucy, saying that it was this BCH who was enjoying the love of adults, but Lucy didn't take it seriously. From now on, you will be under the protection of my immortal king, Nangong Long Zhao. No one will bully you anymore, not even the Silian theocracy. A glimmer of light appeared in the forest elf's eyes, a light that had not appeared even during the treatment just now. Sir, I can treat physical injuries, but I can't treat mental trauma. I know. Do you want to stay? Is what you just said true? A forest elf asked. Certainly we are willing to stay here, please take us in. Lucy, asked the maid to take them to the 6th floor. Yes, after the forest elves left, Lucy asked, did the adults save them just because they felt sorry for them? Not entirely. When they recover, I plan to attack the forest elves. I hate the king of the forest elves. Anyone who annoys you, my lord, deserves to die. Please send your subordinates to annihilate them immediately, Shaltir requested. Now is not the time. You will be sent to work in the Sorceress Kingdom. Sorceress Kingdom? Are you the Sorcerer King? Hecarim asked in surprise. Yes. Phew. We will definitely do our part, Hecarim promised. Sir, I want to take my sisters over, is that okay? After thinking for a long time, Ixia decided to take her sister in. If she left her sister to her parents, she didn't know what would become of her. It would be more reassuring for her to have her by her side. As long as she did her job honestly, there shouldn't be any problem. Okay, but you probably won't be able to come back once you go. No, I won't run away, Archie said hurriedly. Master Ayaki won't run away, Hecarim and the others said together. No, that's not what I meant. You are the only one who returned alive among the group. Will your employer let you go? This. I hadn't thought of this because I was too nervous just now. What should I do? Ai Shui asked anxiously. In the end, she couldn't think of a good solution and could only look to Nangong Long for help. Wait a few days, I will send someone to go to the Empire with you. Thank you, sir, Ai Shui said gratefully. Okay, you guys go to the 6th floor first. Yes, as for you, go to the guest rooms on the 11th floor to rest. Nangong Long looked at Kang Qiangwei. Good. Chapter 20. A few days later. Albedo, how is the construction of the temporary base Aura going? It has been completed and is ready for your inspection at any time. No need. I believe in your abilities. Now that it's finished, call Aura and the others back. I have something for them to do. By the way, send someone to call Arkaho over as well. Aura, Mare, you will go to the Empire immediately and have the Emperor come to see me immediately. I allow you to use force to intimidate. This is your first mission. The second mission is to bring Sister Ixia back safely. Yes, Lord Long. Thank you, sir, said Arkaho gratefully. Your Majesty, there is a dragon. The guard ran into the room in panic. Under normal circumstances, Jerkniv would have severely reprimanded his subordinates for such misbehavior, but now his attention was attracted by the dragon that landed in the courtyard. Is the dragon coming to attack the city? I wish there was someone up there. I saw 3 petite figures jumping down from the dragon's back. Child, no, it's a dark elf. That one is a human. I sue. The teacher knows the person coming. No, there was just one person who was my student. Hey, can you hear me? I am a subordinate of Lord Nangong Long, my name is Aura. As a messenger, I am here to convey the Lord's words. If you don't come to apologize in person, your country will be destroyed. The surrounding soldiers began to surround them. Even though they knew that the enemy was invincible, the strongest race, the dragon, they could not retreat in order to protect the Emperor. Damn it, how did they find out? I've already handled it very well, there's no way they could find any clues related to me. Mare, first we have to kill everyone in front of us. Yes, I know. Mare thrust the staff in his hand into the ground, and instantly the ground began to crack. All the knights and guards around him fell into the cracks without exception. Then, Time seemed to flow backwards, and the cracks gathered at an extremely fast speed. It's done, sister. Lord Mayor is not as cute as he looks. Fortunately, I didn't offend him, Archie thought thankfully. It seems that the Empire is going to be in big trouble this time. Well, if the Emperor doesn't come out, the people in the city will be next. Wait a minute, I am the Emperor of this country, Jerkniv, please come into the room to discuss the matter. Hurry up and prepare a banquet of the highest standard, Jerkniv turned and said to the minister. No matter how you look at it, the other party are just children. Nangong Long sent them here to demonstrate, or it was an unintentional act. In fact, Nangong Long just wanted others to experience the strong contrast between Aura and Mare, and he couldn't be the only one to be poisoned. It's not very tasty. Can you please tell me what Princess Aura likes? I'll have someone prepare it right away. Asking you to prepare, I guess there's no hope. Sister, that's very rude. Master Nangong, I ask you to go and apologize immediately. Although I don't remember asking anyone to do anything, it's possible that the people below did something privately. You are going or not? If you don't go, I will destroy this country next time I come. Of course I will go. It is also the responsibility of a leader to take responsibility for the mistakes made by his subordinates. Let's go then. No, well, after all, I am the ruler of a country. I need some time to explain things to my subordinates and prepare some gifts for Lord Nangong. Well, the master said that you should go immediately. You can decide how long it will take. Damn, even this was taken into account. I will definitely go there in 3 days. By the way, Igzu, your home is in the imperial capital, right? Yes, Lady Aura. Wouldn't it be much more convenient if you just asked him to send someone to bring your sister over? Are you looking for someone? Please leave it to me. This is a good opportunity to build a closer relationship. Although I don't know why the teacher's apprentice is with the other party, it is necessary to win him over just for this reason. Maybe I can get some useful information. Please tell me the address and I will send someone to pick your sister up right away. Did you hear that? Go and bring the person here immediately. Then, Jerkniv gave Floda a look, signaling him to talk to Archie. Igzu, how are you doing lately? It's okay, teacher. How did you end up with the messenger? Well, I am now loyal to Lord Nangong. After a pause, Archie continued, I was one of the people who infiltrated Nazarick. I survived because of my ability. The rest of us died. Jerkniv glanced at Aura secretly, and when he saw that she didn't react, he breathed a sigh of relief. His actions were completely unnecessary. Aura simply ignored them. Before coming, Nangong Long had already guessed that this would happen, so he told Igzu what to say and what not to say. Sister, sister, the two cute little girls shouted at Igzu. If they were not held back by their parents, they would have run over long ago. Shut up, Archie's father said sternly. The little girls immediately closed their mouths in grievance and looked at their elder sister with tears in their eyes. Your Majesty. No matter how much he slandered the Emperor in normal times, when he really came before him, Igzu's father still had to salute respectfully. After all, he did not have the courage to offend the Emperor. Moreover, he now thought that Jerkniv was going to restore his noble status, and when he thought of this, his attitude became even more respectful. No need to be polite, this is your sister, she's so cute. Thank you for the compliment, Your Majesty. Kudirika, Yolika, come here, sister. From now on, your noble status will be restored. Jerkniv had just learned that Archie's father was once a noble. In this case, he didn't mind doing a favor. A useless empire can still be supported. If he can gain Archie's favor in this way, it would be a great deal. My lord said that you don't need to do anything extra, Aura said coldly. Oops, I made him angry. It seems he is not satisfied with my actions. Jerkniv immediately rushed to the rescue, retract the previous order and take him away. Although this would damage his dignity, he could not care less at this moment. He did not want to anger the other party, so he would just forget about the earthquake. Bye. Archie's father was about to say something when the guards covered his mouth and dragged him away, fearing that he would anger Aura and the others. Arkahu didn't try to stop her at all. She had already given up on her father. If it wasn't for paying off the debt, how could she have let the team fall into danger? Now that we are here, let's go, Archie. Good, yay. Kuti, Sister Wulei will take you away, okay? Good. Today's update. I have been doing the experiment for a long time, but it failed. I am going to flip the table. Please collect and give flowers. Chapter 21. The luxurious carriage galloped across the grass, surrounded by guards on tall horses, providing layers of protection, while knights on vultures were on guard above the sky. Your Majesty, it's time to wake up. Well, are we there yet? No, but it should be soon. Your Majesty, did you not get enough rest last night? Yeah, there's a lot to deal with. Not yet, Your Majesty is reforming too fast. I can't help it. I can't miss this opportunity. How can I stop? Forget it, let's not talk about this. Teacher, what kind of person do you think the Magic King Nangong Long is? He is cruel and merciless. Anyone who offends him must die. However, he seems to be very good to his own people. It is true. After Aura left, he immediately investigated all the information about Archie and came to the above conclusion. Your Majesty, what should we do next? Try to find out the other party's intentions as much as possible while protecting yourself. I still have the confidence to protect His Majesty's retreat, Bajud said with a smile. If anything really happens, I'll have to trouble the teacher to help. Your Majesty, will the war with the kingdom continue this year? That's not necessary. They've already submitted to the Sorcerer King. It's better to remain friendly until we understand their strength. We also need to find out whether the kingdom truly submits or is just being forced to do so. Depending on the situation, they might join forces with the kingdom to deal with the Sorcerer King. Then, Your Majesty, what do you think of the previous proposal for marriage with Princess Lana? Personally, I don't like her. She makes me feel like a fog. I can't see through her. I hate this feeling. And right now, there's no need to discuss this issue. She might have become the Sorcerer King's man. What about the Queen of the Dragon Kingdom? That old woman who likes to act young, please spare me. Dong, dong, dong. There were knocking sounds outside the carriage. Your Majesty, it's Renas. Let her in. Your Majesty, the people who went ahead sent back a message that they sent a maid to receive you in the wooden house. Maid? Buried with her. The message didn't go into that much detail. In that case, how long will it take us to get there? About an hour. Your Majesty, do we need to unload the people in the carriage? No, it's not time yet. The door of the wooden house slowly opened, and two beautiful women in maid outfits walked out. This is... Even the Emperor, who had seen all kinds of beauties, was attracted by her in an instant. Old man, this isn't an illusion, is it? Fluda shook his head and said, but it's probably not human. This is not the end yet, more figures continue to appear from inside the door. That's... Fluda's disciples couldn't help but tremble. With this number, what kind of beings are living here? Fruda said excitedly. The dark figures, like a violent collection, stood in 2 rows on both sides of the gate, as if they were lining up to welcome someone. Tell me what that is, Jerkniv roared distortedly. Fluda was still immersed in himself, and seeing his teacher like this, he knew it was impossible to get an answer from Fluda. Tell me, Jerkniv said, holding the collar of one of Fruda's disciples. He is the Death Knight, who once pushed the Empire into a desperate situation. Look at them and tell me that thing is a 10-in-1, Jerkniv roared. No, it doesn't. It exists independently. Hey! Calm down, you must calm down. Your Majesty, I take back what I said before. I can't stop them. Look at how my hands are shaking. Jerkniv certainly noticed it. Bajord was relatively good. The soldiers around him behaved even worse. They should be praised for not running away. Your Majesty, let's run. Do you think it's possible? Jerkniv asked. Maybe there's no hope. To be honest, the maid scares me more. Can I retreat first? Said Linus. I don't care, but are you sure? If you are treated as an irrelevant, you might be killed directly. Then forget it. I see you have finished your discussion. I am Yuli Alpha, and the one next to me is Lupus Regina. Lord Nangong sent us here to greet you. Please rest assured, the Death Knight behind you was created by Lord Nangong, and he will absolutely obey your orders and will not harm you. Do exaggerate? Bluff? How could such an existence be made? Everyone, please follow me. Jerkniv selected a few people to go with him, but at this time Yuri spoke up. Your Majesty, please take the female knight with you. She is the only one who must go besides you. Oh, can you tell me the reason? Jerkniv smiled what he thought was a perfect smile. Unfortunately, it had no effect. Yuri's expression did not change at all. My lord wants to see her. It's such an honor. You heard it too, Linus. Hey, there's no way to escape, Linus said with a wry smile. If possible, she really didn't want to go. Who knows, what was waiting for her ahead might be a hellish scene. Jerkniv was not surprised at all that the other party knew about Rinas. It would be strange if the other party could not even get this little information. The only surprise was that the other party would specifically ask to see Rinas. What was he planning? What's going on? In an instant, the scenery in front of me changed completely. Transfer magic? Due to the excessive stimulation he had received before, Jerkniv quickly calmed down and began to look at the scenery in front of him. In front of me is a huge door with a goddess carved on the right and a devil carved on the left, both of which are lifelike. What is waiting for me behind this door? If possible, I really hope that time can stop at this moment, but I know that it is impossible. This is the throne room. Lord Nangong is waiting for you inside. Yuri bowed, indicating that her mission was completed. The door slowly opened, and the scene that came into view made everyone's faces turn pale in an instant. Demons, giant bipedal insects, dwarves, is that a human? No, absolutely not. How could there be a human standing inside? Looking up, the person sitting on the throne seemed to be the collection of all death, which made people tremble with fear. Gon Jerkniv took the lead and walked forward, not because he was brave, but because as the emperor he had to move forward. If he stopped, what would his subordinates do? Master Nangong, the Emperor Jerkniv of the Empire is here to see you. I am Nangong Long, the master of the great underground tomb of Nazarick. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for your reception. How dare you, a mere lowly creature, speak to a lord on equal terms with me? Kneel down, Demiurge said. I heard a sound behind me, and I knew without turning around that it was the sound of my subordinates kneeling down. No hindrance. If it weren't for the magic item that ignited the spirit of resistance, I would have knelt down by now. Thank you for your forgiveness. Chapter 22. Then let's get to the point. How are you going to apologize? Regarding this matter, it was my subordinates who acted on their own and caused you trouble. I have killed the criminal and brought him to you to make amends. Bejeweled human heads? It's a waste to leave them like this. Creating an intermediate level undead, the head was covered with black liquid and slid to the ground through Nangong Long's bony fingers. After a while of squirming, a brand new Death Knight appeared. How could it be possible? It really means what it says. Suppressing the shock in his heart, Jerkniv told himself that he must never become an enemy of the other party. Go line up over there. Jerkniv restrained himself, but his teacher Fluda could not. Please teach me magic knowledge. I am willing to give you everything I have. Fluda ignored Jerkniv, who was standing next to him, and knelt on the ground, lowered his head, and begged. Finally, I found a magic caster who is higher in rank than me. Finally, I have the opportunity to continue advancing into the abyss of magic. I have waited for this day for too long. Teacher, this is not the place for you to mess around, Jerkniv said with a grim expression. Hearing this, Fruta hurriedly stood up. Of course, he didn't stand up because of Jerkniv. In his eyes, the emperor was not as important as magic. However, Jerkniv's words reminded him that the master was doing important things, and if he interrupted him rashly, it would be bad if he made the master dislike him. He had to endure it for now and find another opportunity later. Jerkniv's expression improved a little, and he turned to Nangong Long and said, I'm so sorry to have made you laugh. No problem, let's continue with the previous topic. You're not going to get rid of me just for one kill, are you? Although Nangong Long's tone was flat and no emotion could be heard, to Jerkniv, it was the most terrifying sound. What should I do? What should I do? Think about what I have that the other party wants. Money? Women? Impossible. The other party doesn't need it at all. No, a woman? Heavy bombardment, yes, the other party specifically asked to see Linus, could it be that he wanted her? Thinking of this, Jerkniv turned around and looked at Linus apologetically, and said sorry in his heart. Looking at the emperor's eyes, Rinas had a bad feeling. Sure enough, the next moment, Jerkniv spoke, I would like to give you Rinas in exchange for your forgiveness. You. Rinas was so angry that the emperor sold her out like that, but she didn't dare to refute loudly for fear of causing Nangong Long's displeasure. I want to give a gift to a lowly creature like you. That is Albedo's words were agreed by all the guardians. Oh, he gave you to me, what do you think? Nangong Long said to Linus with bloodshot eyes. Can I object? Linus said cautiously. Do you want to die, you inferior creature? You really don't know what's good for you, sir, I request that you kill her immediately. Very noisy Nangong Long waved his hand, and all the sounds disappeared in an instant. What a terrifying commanding ability. It seems that he is deeply loved by his subordinates, Jerkniv thought. Are you sure you want to object? Nangong Long looked at Linus with a smile. How could that be? It's my honor to serve you, sir, Reyna said against her will. It looked like the people standing on both sides would tear me apart if I didn't agree. Please, since you don't like me, just let me reject you. Do you have any sense of reason? Reyna's thought depressedly. In that case, I will accept you reluctantly. Don't force it, just reject me according to your heart, Renas yelled in her heart. Jerkniv breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed like this was the right move. I am always very kind to my own people. Lucy, heal her face. Yes, sir. Lucy walked down the platform and said to Renas, come over here. Well, Renas was a little scared, but also a little expectant. After all, being able to heal her face was her biggest wish, but she was also afraid that the other party would deceive her and do terrible things to her. However, looking at Lucy's kind face, I felt a little relieved. The grace of God, my face is healed, Linus said excitedly, touching half of her cheek. There was no disgusting thick liquid there anymore, but smooth skin. Lower creature, watch your behavior and don't bring shame to the adults. Albedo's angry voice helped Linus regain her composure. I'm sorry, I lost my composure. Please punish me, sir. Reynas quickly got into her future role. Forget it this time, just go stand over there. Yes, Linus followed instructions and walked to the edge of the team and stood still. It seemed that after changing her master, he was not as bad as she had imagined. Jerkniv was not surprised that the other party could cure Linus. On the contrary, it would be strange if he couldn't cure her with such strength. However, Lucy gave him a strange feeling. No matter how he looked at her, she seemed like a kind person, fundamentally different from the other people here. Maybe he could try to win her over, but was there anything that could impress her? When he thought of this, Jerkniv's head hurt even more. Jerkniv, I give you a choice, the Empire surrenders to me or it is destroyed. I came anyway, knowing that the other party would not just ask for a simple apology. At this point there is no way back, and there is only one choice left. I choose to surrender. From now on, the Empire will be a vassal state of the Sorceress Kingdom. It's a wise decision. Consult Demiurge for details. He is my right-hand man. Demiurge smiled, and the others looked at him with envy. To be trusted by an adult was the honor they had always dreamed of. That devil in a suit? He looks difficult to deal with. Okay, you can go now. Yes, then we will take our leave first. We will submit the paperwork as soon as possible. Please let me stay, Fruta said hurriedly. You. Nangong Long thought for a moment and said, Kin, do you want to stay together? No, there are still many things to deal with next. That's a pity. Sir, why did you leave those two inferior creatures behind? Shaltir asked. Fluda and Renas have been arranged to stay in the guest rooms and are not here at the moment. Why do you think that is, Demiurge? Your Excellency did this to show your courage and strength to the other side, and also to let them know that Nazarick can accommodate humans, so as to facilitate future peaceful rule. Of course, your Excellency's vision is far beyond my reach, and there must be other meanings that I have not thought of. You are right. There is another reason why I did this. That old man has information about the original magic. This is a gap we have and we need to fill it. Sir, what is primordial magic? Albedo asked. This world's original magic system, magic that only the Dragon King can use as expected of you, the master I'm waiting for. You've already anticipated this. Chapter 23. Your Majesty, are we really going to submit to the Sorceress Kingdom? Do we have any other choice? Jerkniv said with a wry smile. But this is only temporary. Jerkniv's eyes flashed with a gleam. Your Majesty, what are your plans? There is only one solution I can think of. We need to form an army with other countries to encircle and destroy the Sorcerer King. Can you do it? After seeing that kind of force, Bajud really had no confidence. Of course we can do it. The Sicilian theocracy is still very powerful, Jerkniv said confidently. In fact, he was not sure, but as a leader he could not show any cowardice, otherwise he would really lose. However, I didn't expect the Sorcerer King to be such a terrifying monster. This is totally inconsistent with the intelligence I received previously. Your Majesty, do you want to? Bajud made a gesture of wiping his neck, asking whether to kill the intelligence officer. Forget it. If that kind of existence wants to hide, we can't find it at all. Just like the big tomb, who discovered it before. I'm afraid that this time, the other party exposed it on their own initiative, Jerkniv said calmly. Initiative? Yes, it was probably designed to lure people into taking the bait. Unfortunately, we were the first to take the bait, Jerkniv said helplessly. Let's not talk about this for now. Fruta has already betrayed us. The most urgent task is to choose someone who can replace him. Teacher, how is it possible, said Fruta's apprentice in disbelief. There is no doubt about this. It is only a matter of time. I know Fruta very well. He can give up everything for magic. This. To be the enemy of the strongest wizard in the empire? This feeling is terrible. It is simply adding insult to injury. There's nothing we can do about it. Also, I apologize for what happened to Renas. No, Your Majesty, you don't need to do this. That's the only thing we can do in that situation, isn't it, said the secretary. That's right. Even if Your Majesty didn't take the initiative, the final result would probably be the same. Otherwise, why would the other party specifically target you and attack you so hard? Bajud said comfortingly. But, Your Majesty, why does the other party want to bombard us so hard? I'm not sure about that. Could it be because of beauty? Bajud did not mention the strength, because he felt that the other party would look down on Kong Hong's strength. It's unlikely. After all, even his maid is a top-notch beauty, not to mention the woman standing next to him. The most likely reason is that the other party is using this method to tell us that he tolerates humans and that as long as we work for him, we will not be treated unfairly. So that's how it is, Bajud suddenly realized. How could Nangong Long not know what the Blood Emperor was thinking? He just didn't care. He was busy thinking about his next plan. Should we send someone to the Dragon Kingdom? Shaking his head, Nangong Long denied his idea. I'd better go there myself. I don't trust anyone else to go to the Dragon King who knows soul magic. And I also want to take a look at that Dragon King who is pretending to be young, Nangong Long muttered. If everything goes well, I will invite Jerkniv to watch a good show. I believe he will be much more honest after that. It's a win-win situation. I've made this decision happily. But who should I take with me? Nangong Long began to screen suitable candidates in his mind. Albedo can't do that. She is very busy right now, although she will definitely not refuse if you ask her. As the master, I should help her. I will create a few lieutenants to help her later. Demiurge was busy with the affairs of the empire, so the task of building the palace was handed over to Aura and Mare. I sent Sebastian to the Holy Kingdom to carry out a mission, Cositus is still managing the lizardmen, Shaltir is looking after the house, Lucy is busy making potions, and Horn is busy forging weapons and arming the undead. Come to think of it, I am the one with the most free time. Yuri, send someone to tell Albedo to come back to see me, Nangong Long said to the maid beside him. Yes. Thank you for your hard work lately, Albedo. How could that be? It's my happiness to be able to share the worries of my beloved one, Albedo said with a smile. I'll leave these lieutenants to you. Just give command of the general direction in the future. You don't need to do everything yourself, Nangong Long said, pointing at the sage ruler of death and the materialized Grim Reaper next to him. With Nangong Long's current strength, he can only allow 10 undead of this level to exist at the same time. Since it is a special skill, it does not require corpses. Thank you, sir, Albedo said excitedly. This is the love you have for me, it must be like this. Nangong Long could hardly bear Albedo's loving gaze. I'll give you this as well. Nangong Long handed the monster summoning scroll in his hand to Albedo. I had originally intended to give it to her a long time ago, but I've been busy since I traveled through time, so I delayed it until now. This is the unicorn summoning scroll, Albedo said in surprise. Yes, you probably can't ride a bicorn now, so I'll give you this unicorn. It turns out that the adults already knew about this and even prepared a unicorn for me. It turns out that the adults love me the most. Lucy, Shaltier, you lose. One more thing. I plan to go to the Dragon Kingdom. I'll leave this place to you. If you need me to come forward, go find Pandora's actor. Are you going alone, sir? Albedo instantly regained her composure. No, I plan to take Kang Kyangwei with me. They can't do it, so I'll go with you. If you leave, what should I do here? You are the only one I can trust. This. Albedo was still very happy to have the adults' trust, but she didn't want Nangong Long to take risks, and she didn't know what to do for a moment. That's fine. I'll let Dane go with you. In that case, there will be no problem. However, if there is any danger, please retreat immediately and leave the fighting to us guardians, Albedo said solemnly. Albedo was very clear about Dane's strength and knew that she might not be able to defeat him, so she agreed with Nangong Long's idea. Good. Why do you want to go to the Dragon Kingdom? Asked Lakis. Aren't you afraid of death by speaking so casually? Linus thought. After the last incident, Nangong Long sent Renas to Kang Kyangwei, thinking that since they were all human, they should be able to get along better, and at worst it wouldn't be any worse than getting along with the guardians. Since Kang Kyangwei was brought out, Nangong Long sent Nabe to protect Lana to prevent the people from the Empire from taking action. As for the kingdom, there is no need to worry at all. After such a long period of cleanup, it is now centralized and Lana has the final say, except for Nangong Long of course. Nangong Long was not worried at all about how Nabe and Lana would get along. Since Lana could get along so well with Albedo, she would naturally be able to win Nabe's favor. For Love and Peace 1 update today, normal tomorrow. Chapter 24. Forward. Stop it, sir, Tia and Tina said at the same time. Well, that's not funny at all. Reina's jaw almost dropped to the ground. She never thought that Nangong Long had such a side to him. Okay, you will know later. In fact, adults are not as scary as you think, said Gigan, patting Rena's shoulder and saying with a smile. Sir, has it always been like this? Only occasionally. When it comes to serious matters, Your Excellency is very dignified, Evil Eye replied. What a huge difference, Linus said with emotion. As long as you don't betray me, nothing will happen to you, Evil Eye said. How could that be? Renas replied firmly. She didn't want to experience that bone-chilling fear again. Actually, I went there to take advantage of the situation. Is that so? Lana received news not long ago that the Dragon Kingdom is being attacked by orcs and is in danger. But is there anything in the Dragon Kingdom that you want? Yes, the entire Dragon Kingdom. Isn't it enough to have an empire and a kingdom? Asked Lakis. Of course not enough. Nangong Long raised his head and opened his arms as if hugging something. I want the whole world, everyone gasped. They didn't expect Nangong Long to be so ambitious. They just looked at Nangong Long embracing the sky and fell into silence. Although it is a skeleton, it is surprisingly attractive. Ha ha ha, I was just joking, why are you all silent? Nangong Long broke the silent atmosphere. I don't think so at all. Are you kidding me? Lakasi said suspiciously. Don't worry about it, Nangong Long waved his hand. Why do you want to unify so many countries? Why? Nangong Long sighed and continued. Don't you think that people in this world live a miserable life? Indeed, but there's nothing we can do about it. After all, my innate physical fitness is too poor. Logie seemed a little helpless. This was not something she could change, even if she had already reached the top of the human race. If it weren't for the 6 gods, perhaps humans would be in a much worse situation, Evil Eye continued. No one objected to her words because they were the truth. I really don't understand you. You are an undead, yet you care about human affairs, Logies complained. Worry? I'm not that great. I do this for my own reasons. I'm just helping out while I'm accomplishing my goal. That's not bad either. Dragon. Could it be that he is here to see His Majesty? Well, it's possible. Hey, the pressure just now was so strong. Maybe it's the helper that His Majesty has sent. Your Majesty, a black dragon has come into the courtyard. What? The Dragon Queen Daravidalun stood up suddenly. She didn't think that the other party was here to see her. After all, she didn't have many friends in the Dragon clan. Then Dora turned her gaze to the Prime Minister and said, What should we do? Your Majesty, let's go out and take a look. They shouldn't be enemies, otherwise they would have already taken action. That's good, Dora breathed a sigh of relief. Now the Dragon Kingdom was already surrounded by enemies on all sides, and with the addition of a dragon of unknown strength, it would be really over. But don't be careless, we don't know the other party's purpose. We don't have anything that's worth the other parties plotting against us, right? Maybe they are here to rob you. Ah, me. Dora pointed at herself and asked in surprise. Why? The other party is a dragon, isn't it normal for him to rob you? Prime Minister asked in return. No. Dora wailed. Okay, Your Majesty, we should go out. If we are any later, we might anger the other party. I know, really, Dora replied sullenly. When he saw the Dragon Queen for the first time, Nangong Long had only one thought, how adorable. She was worthy of being the Dragon Queen who could rule the country by being cute. This dragon gives me a very strong sense of oppression. Maybe it's the Dragon King. But I've never heard of a Dragon King like this, Dora said in a low voice. Dragon King? This is really bad news. Your Majesty, please do not provoke the other party, said the Prime Minister with a headache. I know it without you telling me. I wonder what business it is that brings you to my Dragon Kingdom. Dora tried her best to act cute, hoping that the other party would surrender to her Lolita skirt. It was obvious that she had failed, and Dane's expression did not change. My master wants to see you about something, Dane said coldly. Sir. Dora was a little confused. She didn't expect that a dragon that looked like the Dragon King would have a master. We should go down now, said Lakasi. Nice to meet you. I am Nangong Long, the king of the Sorceress Kingdom. Oh, I am Dora, the queen of the Dragon Kingdom. Dora looked at the warrior falling from the dragon's back in front of her and replied nervously. She must be the adult that the dragon just mentioned. I didn't notice it at all just now. With such a huge dragon here, who would care whether there is a person on the dragon's back? The huge dragon alone is scary enough. Okay, Dora complained in her heart. Who are they? Dora asked, looking behind Nangong Long. I am Loggies, the leader of the Blue Roses. Evil Itia Tina Geglan. I'm Renas, a new member of Blue Rose King Kyangwei, the kingdom's fine steel adventurer. What is she doing here? Was she sent by the kingdom? I have never heard that the kingdom has such a strong dragon. No, that man just said that he is the king of the Magic Kingdom. Which country is the Magic Kingdom? I have no memory at all. Is it a small country? Impossible. How can someone who can even subdue dragons be the king of a small country? And why would the people of the kingdom be with him? The more I think about it, the more confused I am. It gives me a headache. He is Dane, Nangong Long said, pointing at the dragon. Dane, this is another new Dragon King I haven't heard of, or has he been hiding and only appeared until now? Your Majesty, how about inviting the guests into the room to discuss what you want? The Prime Minister's words interrupted Dora's thoughts. Yes, give the order and prepare a banquet of the highest standards to welcome the guests, Dora ordered hurriedly. You're living a really miserable life, said Nangong Long, looking at the dishes on the table. The food on the table was just average. Of course, it was undoubtedly luxurious compared to ordinary people's meals, but it was far from the standard of a royal banquet, let alone the highest standard. It was far from what Lana prepared. Excuse me, this is the best we can prepare right now, Dora said awkwardly. You can see that he was beaten badly by the orcs. Ah, you know everything. I'm here to help you. What, really? Dora said excitedly. She was so worried about this matter, and it would be great if someone could help her. However, she calmed down immediately. There was no reason for the other party to help her for nothing. As for whether the other party has the strength, she has no doubt at all. The Dragon Clan will not surrender to someone weaker than themselves. What do you want? Chapter 25. Dragon Kingdom, of course it would be even better if you were included. No, Dora refused without even thinking. I don't even know your background, how can I agree to it? Dora thought for a moment and continued. Didn't you receive the news? Normally, the news of major events would be delivered to the royal families of various countries as soon as possible. The Dragon Kingdom doesn't even have this ability now. Loggies asked. Prime Minister, have we received any news? Dora turned around and asked. Your Majesty, I told you before that there is news coming from the kingdom and the empire, but your majesty said that he has no time to care about other countries' affairs now, so I won't read it. He he he. Dora smiled awkwardly and quietly stretched out her leg to kick the Prime Minister. Don't you know how to put it politely? You made me lose face. Go get the information quickly, Dora said angrily. Seeing that the other party still knew nothing about the situation, Loggies glanced at Nangong Long, and Nangong Long nodded to indicate yes. Let me explain. He is the Magic King Nangong Long. He founded a country 3 months ago, then conquered the kingdom and the empire. Now he is here to conquer you. That's it. Dora was a little confused. It had only been a short time. Am I out of touch with the times? How come in the blink of an eye the empire and the kingdom had changed their masters? It was too exaggerated. I know it's not easy for you to accept, but this is the fact. Look at her, Loggies said, pointing at Linus. Once one of the 4 knights of the empire, Chong Hong, now serves the Sorcerer King. Dora gave Rinas a questioning look, and Rinas nodded. This world is too crazy. No, I need to calm down. As long as you declare your submission to the Sorceress Kingdom, I can help you fight off the orcs. Let me think about it. Think. Do you have any other options? I can ask the Theocracy for help, Dora retorted. She could have tried asking the Empire for help, but that was no longer possible. The Theocracy? You sent a message, but there was no response, right? How do you know? Dora was shocked. No one knew about this except her and the Prime Minister. Haha, I guessed. How could the Theocracy care about you now? The sunlight scripture was completely destroyed, and the dark scripture was half destroyed. They should be busy recruiting personnel now. No wonder the Theocracy didn't send anyone over, Dora muttered helplessly. You did it. Well, they provoke me, so they have to pay the price. Hey, okay, I agree to your request, and I hope you'll keep your promise. Dora knew very well how powerful the Black Scripture was, and that was why she made up her mind. A wise decision, Lacassie. You lose. I know, I know. Lacassie blushed and spoke in a weak voice. Dora felt relieved after making the decision. She looked at the strange Loggies and said doubtfully, what are you talking about? Oh, before I came, boss and woohoo. Loggies rushed over and blocked Tina's mouth. Don't tell anyone, understand? Lacassie glanced at everyone with a threatening look. Actually, if you say that, I won't fulfill the bet. Loggies looked at Nangong Long angrily. Nothing, Nangong Long immediately changed his words. He didn't want to miss the mixed bath with Loggies. By the way, you can return to your original appearance. Nangong Long decisively changed the subject. Didn't he see that Loggies was almost turning into a steam queen? Is there anything you don't know? Dora complained. As soon as she finished speaking, Dora's figure began to change, and in the blink of an eye she turned from a lowly into a mature woman. You are very attractive now. Why do you want to become a child? Aren't you fine like this? Asked Linus. I don't want to either, but the Prime Minister said that form can arouse people's desire to protect. Dora spread her hands and said helplessly. In that case, you just need to make me like you from now on. That's really straightforward. Ha ha ha, you don't have to be so nervous. I won't force you to do anything. No matter which form you choose to live in, I will not interfere. It's better to stay like this. I haven't been so relaxed in a long time. As long as you are happy, when are you going to send troops to support me? Dora asked. Support? I am here. Are you serious? I know you are very powerful, but it is impossible to kill hundreds of thousands of orcs, unless Dane is the Dragon King and can use primordial magic. Dane is indeed the Dragon King, but he does not know primordial magic, and Dane will not take action this time. What? You're the Dragon King but you don't know primordial magic? Are you kidding me? I'm not joking. Whether or not Dane can use primordial magic is just the way you divide the Dragon Kings. But that's not mine. I am confident that if I fight alone, Dane will not lose to any Dragon King, Nangong Long said proudly. Dane was designed by Nangong Long. Since he is a dragon, as long as he gets special props for dragons, he can increase the upper limit of the designed attributes. After all, dragons are very popular in the game, and even most of the world bosses are dragons. In order to gather the necessary items, Nangong Long had been grinding the same map for nearly a month. If he hadn't known that he would be traveling to another world, he might have given up long ago. It can be said that apart from Nangong Long, Dane is the strongest person in Nazarick. Seeing that the other party didn't look like he was lying, it could only mean that he was serious. Dora decided not to discuss this issue for the time being and asked instead, "How do you plan to deal with the orcs? Gather the surviving people to the capital and wait for the orcs to attack. Is this all right?" "Well, there is a magic trick I have wanted to experiment with for a long time." If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you are notified of future uploads. You can find the next parts in the playlist visible on the screen or on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.